Welcome to another deadline stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're a few hours before it actually ends, should we say. But here we are. This is my free hit team. I've made a few changes, but quite a lot of it is similar to the ones I showed in the reaction stream last time out and also in recent videos. Let me know what you think, and a lot of questions are going to be quite similar in terms of should we go for Foden and Bruno or maybe Sterling and Sancho. It's going to be very difficult. Both of those duos I just mentioned cost exactly the same price. So there is definitely something to think about. I honestly prefer having double City attack, but the same could be said about double City defence and going without any United defenders. And my preference would be Luke Shaw or Tellers, but I'm not sure who's going to start. That is the issue. And what I like about this team is that Walker-Peters should be a nailed-on starter for Southampton. And if Maguire or someone else like a City midfielder missed out entirely, I've got someone on the bench that could do a decent job. I've also got Elanga in there at 4.8 million. I think you have to go for Jacob Ramsey or Elanga this week. Long-term, Jacob Ramsey is definitely the better option, but looking at the fixture in Game Week 27, you would argue Elanga is just as good, if not better, than Jacob Ramsey. I don't think that's really too much of a difficult one. I'm mainly concerned with the starting 11 and Bruno Fernandes, Son, Kane, Weghorst, Pope, and maybe one or two others like Cancelo are very nailed. The rest you could say is open to interpretation, but thank you for tuning in. I'll try to read out all the comments as always, and yeah, it's going to be a good one hopefully. KDB and Laporte or Sterling and Cancelo? Thoughts on Man City lineups? My preference would be Sterling and Cancelo. I think all four of those would start a beer, but Sterling and Cancelo would be my preference there. Yeah, I agree, Justin. Singh says Bruno plus Sterling plus Mahrez viable after the news that Jesus and Grealish are available. That's a good point. I still think it's viable, but the thing with City is we just don't know what's going to happen, and I think Pep tends to rotate after having a loss, and obviously that was a very disappointing one against Spurs the other day. I'm still not sure because players like Mahrez, I don't think they started, so they could get the start here. It's very difficult to kind of garner which players are going to start, which ones are going to be benched, but I think Sterling will start. I'm not that sure about Foden, and that's why I've been kind of cold on him all week, really. So that's kind of the main concern I have with my starting 11. But the rest that you mentioned, I think should start, yeah. Sufal best replacements. I think Cody long term. He's got a fixture in 30, also in 27, has a really good double in 28. So I'd go for a Wolves defender, whether it's Kilman, Cody, or Aït-Nouri. Is Fernandes a must-have, or can I replace with Sancho? I prefer Fernandes, and if you look at them statistically, I'll actually show a comparison later on between certain players. Recently is very, very similar. Fernandes over the course of the season is far superior. I think you can get away with it going for Sancho, but I still prefer Fernandes. And I don't know, I've heard rumours or something, I don't know if it's even true, that Ronaldo could be benched. I'm not sure if that's going to be, the case. But if it is, then Bruno Fernandes would be even more appealing than usual, and he's been in good form regardless in recent weeks. Against Atletico, he got a return, but he was still having a pretty poor game. Let's see what else we got. So, hi Dylan, I did a -12. Who should I make captain, Kane or Weghorst to Foden? Look, they're all good options. I would go for Weghorst, but if you want to go for a single game weeker, Kane would be the preference there. Cancelo, Mahrez, Sterling, or KDB, Laporte, Cancelo? I'd go for Cancelo, Mahrez and Sterling. Yeah. Good afternoon to you as well, Flying Dutchman. Me and Tarkowski and De Gea in goal. I actually talked about this possibility in recent videos. I think that's a good idea, but Pope is the most likely to get bonus points of any Burnley defensive coverage. That's why I prefer him. But I can see what you mean there, because De Gea is definitely going to start, and he's got the highest ceiling from the United defensive coverage. But you could say the same about Pope. Me and Tarkowski could both do very well in terms of their goal threat, their aerial prowess, against two teams that struggle a lot to that, and set pieces. So me and Tarkowski, that's a good idea, Mirza, and it could separate you a little bit in terms of the crowd. Most people are going to go for Pope, and then go for one of me or Tarkowski. Most people going for me right now, especially after his goal against Spurs. I think it's a good idea. I still prefer Pope, though, in goal. Hey Dylan, Foden and Son or KDB and Kulusevski? I still prefer Foden and Son, but I do like that KDB Kulusevski one. Could be a really nice thing that sets you apart from the rest. Not many people are talking about KDB and Kulusevski as well as that third Spurs coverage, but if it's at the expense of Son, I'm not really a big fan, so I would go for the first duo. Jota and Antonio to Broja and Rafinha, and then Bruno to Salah next week. I think that's fine and it makes sense. I would probably go for that. Pope plus Bednarek or Forster plus me? I'd probably go for Pope and Bednarek, but both are good. Also, Captain Bruno or Son? Don't trust Burnley players. I'd probably go for Son, but both are really good. I'm doing well, Mohammed. What about you? Thank you very much for tuning in. Main core is locked. Keep switching the defence and also considering KDB and Sancho over Bruno and Sterling. I prefer Bruno and Sterling. I think that would be quite simple for me. The other duo is pretty good though as well. but Bruno and Sterling, I think, is a superior duo so long as Sterling starts. Gundogan or Bernardo? I think Bernardo's more nailed, so I'd probably go for him. I'm not sure if Gundogan starts against Everton, but I'm not a big fan of either this season, at least not recently. Bernardo had a really good start, but he's been pretty poor in recent months, we could say, FPL-wise, of course. Mahrez and Son in for a -4, free hitting in 28. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And free hitting in 28, I've seen a few people mention that. That's a bit interesting. Let's see what else we have. So Cancelo plus Foden or Laporte and Mahrez. I'd go for Cancelo and Foden, but I'm not that sure about Foden, and I've got him myself. Son, Kane, Skip, Doherty, and Lloris have all been captured by the enemy. Wait, what? What is that? Okay, I don't know why I read that. Okay, yeah. What? Okay, I'm going to move on from that. Hayden, is it worth buying Son, Broja, and Roberts for a -8? Yes, I think so. Roberts with that double. There is the possibility of Roberts being benched. I'm sure people are going to ask me this later as well. If you just want to get a nailed Burnley defender, go for me or Tarkowski or even Pope in goal. I do like Son and Broja though, long term especially. So Sudindra, I think it is worth the -8. Bruno or Weghorst? In terms of captaincy, I prefer Weghorst, but both are fine. Hayden, it might be a bit risky, but would it be a decent call to put triple captaincy on Weghorst this week? I think it's better to save it on Salah in 29 or maybe another opportunity later down the line. So I probably wouldn't use it on Weghorst this week. Sterling, Sancho or Foden, Bruno? This is pretty much the million-dollar question. I think if Foden starts, and that's a really big if, I would prefer Foden and Bruno. Who is better to start, Livramento or Lamptey? I think Livramento just for the attacking upside and the potential, but I'm not sure if Livramento starts. I think with Parod available, that's going to be a bit tricky. Welcome, Golden Boys. Is Eric Peters guaranteed to start? I don't think he's guaranteed to start. I think Taylor's also got a good chance, but just go for me or Tarkowski if you want someone nailed. And then Roberts is probably a bit more nailed than Eric Peters. Will King play? Honestly, I'm not sure, but it could be a problem. And either way, I'm not a big fan of King. I'd probably sell anyway, despite the double in 28. Tarkowski, Roberts and De Gea. Yeah, that's fine, Oliver. I prefer, instead of Roberts, Ben Mee, or even having Pope in goal and then maybe going for a United defender, but that's fine. Current free hit midfield consists of Mahrez, KDB, Fernandes and Son. That is pretty much my ideal midfield, except maybe Sterling instead of KDB, but that's a really good midfield. Wow. Okay, thank you very much for everyone in the chat. It's much appreciated. We've got over 250 people watching, so let's try to get this stream, first of all, to 100 likes. That'd be much appreciated, and we just recently hit 10,000 subscribers, so thank you very much to everyone, and we're going to try to get to 15,000 next and then to 20,000. That is the aim, but obviously one step at a time, so thank you very much. I'm going to show you some comparisons very soon. I'm sure everyone's going to be asking quite similar questions in terms of City, United midfielders in particular, but we'll be covering that later on as well in depth. So hi Dylan, any news on Reguilon or Semedo starting? On Semedo, not really, and that happened yesterday, so we're probably not going to get more concrete information until later on in the week. As for Reguilon, I think he should be available, but that's kind of just me giving my own opinion there. But he was in the squad in the last game against Burnley. I think he should start. Sessegnon hasn't really set the world alight recently. Thank you very much, Amir, for the super chat. Much appreciated. I'm taking out Salah or Robbo, wildcard 28. Which -4 would you take for Bruno, Sterling, KDB, or Burnley defender? I would honestly go for the one with the most upside. And to be fair, you could make a case for every single one of them. I honestly would go for Sterling, and if you're not that sure of him starting, then maybe just go for Bruno. Burnley defender also looks really good, and one goal can completely change their game week, so I think all of them would be justified in terms of that -4. You could even consider a -8 and go very aggressive, get a Burnley defender, and then maybe one of those attackers. If you don't trust Sterling or KDB to start, then just go for Bruno and take a -8. That's how I would go about it. If I had to pick, then I possibly would go for Sterling. I think he's got the highest ceiling, and I wish I could get him into my team. Pope or Weghorst captain? I'd go for Weghorst. Yeah, I agree. Every good name, I agree. Foden with Dalot on the bench or Sancho with Tsimikas on the bench? Well, there's less risk with Sancho being benched than with Foden, so I think both of them kind of complement each other. I like that Foden and Dalot one. I think that's good enough cover, but I'm not sure if Dalot even starts. You could argue he's already gotten his rest, but if you look recently, I mean, against Atletico Madrid, they started with Lindelof as the right back and then didn't even bring on Dalot, which is a bit concerning. Yes, Semedo's unavailable. Thank you very much, Luke. Shorter start? Honestly, I mean, asking most United fans, most of them think that Telles could start. I'm not that sure about it, and Telles made a very big impact against Atletico, so I'm not sure about Shaw starting. I actually had him in my first draft. I don't know when it was exactly, maybe it was the Sunday. So yeah, last Sunday in the reaction stream, I had Shaw in my team, and I think he has the most upside in terms of assists, but I'm not sure if that's going to be the case. Which City assets are the best in your opinion? Top 3. Cancelo, no doubt about it, he's number 1. Then it would be probably Sterling and Mahrez this week, but De Bruyne, you can't rule him out, and the same goes for Foden, but I think Foden is the least likely to start out of those I mentioned, so Cancelo, Sterling and Mahrez would be my top 3. 1 wildcard, 2 free and bench boost in hand. I have a starting 11 without using the free hit, but I fear I might lose big points if I don't free a wildcard. This week, look, you can play the wildcard and make it work, but I think it's better to use it in 28 because then you could also get in on Chelsea players before the majority of people, even those that wildcarded a bit earlier like myself. So I think wildcard in 28 would be a good opportunity, if not Gameweek 31 potentially, to get out of that Gameweek 30 blank. And as for the free hits, Gameweek 30 is a good opportunity. Yes, maybe this week you have an 11 but you're not that sure about it. You could use 1 free hit this week and then the other in 30 or 36. There's even 33. As for the bench boost, it's a bit difficult. I think for those who wildcarded in 26, 28 looks like a great chance to bench boost. You're going to be probably wildcarding in 28, so then you could consider 29. If not, 36 could be another good opportunity, but that's kind of my opinion on it, Yerang. How have you got that team? When I do the same team, it says I don't have the funds. It's basically just team value. That's pretty much it. Some people can actually afford, if you look at my team, they could get Sterling, I think. Wait, am I getting this right? Yeah, I think some people can actually afford Sterling in for Foden, unless I'm making a big mistake there, with maybe 1 or 2 compromises elsewhere. But I've seen some people with very good team values. We're talking about 106 million or something, and they can afford the best midfield possible this week. So my team value isn't actually that impressive. Edouard out for Jimenez. Yes, I think that's a good choice. I mean, Edouard's been very frustrating recently. I'm very surprised, but the fact that Palace scored 4 goals without him, I think that kind of seals his fate for the time being. So it is worth the hit, but you could always wait for next week. Edouard, you never know, could get a start, and if that's the case, maybe the hit isn't worth it. But I think definitely get Jimenez in, whether it's this week or next one. Will King play? Honestly, I'm not sure, and King isn't really that good anyway. Sterling or KDB? I think this week I prefer Sterling, and also looking at recent form. Will Livramento start? I'm not that sure about that. I think it could be Parod and also Walker-Peters. I've seen some Southampton fans saying that Livramento could start over Parod, but I'm not sure about that. And because of that doubt, I just go for the more nailed one in Walker-Peters or even Bednarek potentially. But Livramento certainly has the highest ceiling of all the Southampton defenders. Only 10 playing, yeah, but it's also a question of the quality of your players rather than the quantity. Sell Davis or Aït-Nouri to me? I definitely wouldn't sell Aït-Nouri. I'd sell Davis. I'd rather keep Aït-Nouri long term. I have Webster. Is it worth taking a hit for a Southampton or Burnley defender? Not for a Southampton one. For a Burnley, yes, because they have a double. So it is worth it. And also Webster, yeah, I think it's worth selling. Sterling or Foden? Definitely Sterling for the free hit. Yes, it's my first free hit. Otherwise, I probably would have skipped it because I had 9 players heading into this week. So I would have skipped it and used it later on. What about Kulusevski? Will he start? I think he will, but there's the opportunity of him being benched for Lucas. Both of them could coexist in the same 11, but most people would think it's Kulusevski, Son and Kane, and if not, it'd be Lucas Moura instead. I think Kulusevski will start, but looking at how Leeds play, you could argue Lucas actually suits that playstyle more and the counter-attack. But Kulusevski can also be really good. He's a great crosser of the ball, much better than Lucas. I think he will start. I wouldn't count on it, though. Most nailed United fullback. Honestly, I don't think there is any right now. You probably would have said Shaw recently, but poor performances and also Telles made a big difference. He's now back from injury. So I don't think the answer is none, basically. Start Dennis or Rafinha. Dennis got a big return last time out against United, but not sure about that one. I think both of them are capable of a return. I don't think their ceiling is especially high. I probably would go for Rafinha, but there's not much in it. Both defences they're facing are pretty poor as well recently. What do you think about Che Adams? I think right now he's one of the most informed strikers in the league, which isn't saying much, but he's getting returns nonetheless. I would still go for Broja because it gives you more flexibility with the rest of your team. And also long term, you'd rather have Broja, but Che Adams is a good option too. Right now anyway. Bruno, Son, Sterling, Mahrez, Cancelo, me, Bednarek, Pope, Kane, Weghorst, Broja. Yeah, that's a good team, Abir. That's a good team. Honestly, I don't really think there's a big weakness. You could argue maybe Walker-Peters instead of Bednarek. I'm not sure if you have enough money for that, but the midfield's really good. James Ward-Prowse in, then 2 City defence and 1 midfielder. Yeah, that's a good shout as well. I've seen some people going for Ward-Prowse, and I've been talking about him for the last few weeks. I think he's a good option, and I think he could do really well this week. That's a good shout. Hey Dylan, hope you're doing well. Do I start King or Brownhill? I mean, Brownhill has the double game week. King might even miss out completely. One penny would change everything for King, though. I'd go for Brownhill, but I'm not a big fan of him. What is going on with Watkins? I know he's been awful, but feel like it's just my luck. He'll score. Yeah, true. I mean, that's the thing with Watkins. He's very streaky and a bit inconsistent, you know. He can go multiple games without scoring and then maybe 2 or 3 games in a row scoring. I would still sell him long term. You know, you've got Weghorst, who's got a double this week. You've got Jimenez, who's a decent option considering the fact he doesn't really blank at any time and he's got a double soon. Also Broja and a few others. But yeah, I can share your sentiment there. Fernandes and Foden or Sancho and Sterling? I'll put a poll out and see what people say. I think Fernandes and Foden is better so long as Foden starts, and I just don't know if he will. That's the problem. Already answered that question, Mohammed, about Kulusevski. Should I wildcard this week? I personally think no. I'd wildcard in 28. You can get in on Chelsea players. I don't think it's the time to wildcard. If anything, free hit this week or take hits and then wildcard in 28. That's my opinion, though, and it's a team-dependent question. JWP or Broja? That is a good question. I think it's very, very close. As you say, James Ward-Prowse is more likely to get a return in general. He can get an assist or some bonus points. Broja, though, obviously much more likely to score. Both of them are great options. I don't know. I have a feeling that Broja will do really well this week, so I'd go for him. But James Ward-Prowse, you know, he is also a good player and he's been in great form. Kane or Sancho? Has to be Kane. Has to be Kane. Which free seat defender is most likely to start? Cancelo, I think. Some people think Diaz is going to be benched, but I think Laporte was also at fault for some of the goals against Spurs. I think Diaz will still play, and I'd go for Walker. I guess those 3 are the most nailed. Kane or Ronaldo? Has to be Kane right now, but Ronaldo, don't discount him. Yeah, once again, Rafael, already answered that question. Hey Dylan, hope you're well, bud. Thank you, Mark. I'm doing well. Hopefully you are too. Let me know. Bruno and Foden or Sancho and Sterling on free hit? Oh yeah, this question has already come up a few times. Already answered that. I'll put a poll out and I'll let you guys decide basically instead of just me repeating myself. So best duo, and I also put a poll out in the channel. I think Sancho and Sterling were the victors there. I think I'll have to check that. Best duo for game week 27. So let me just write this out quickly. So Sancho and Sterling, or we'll go for Fernandes. Wait, oh my god, I nearly spelled that wrong. Fernandes and Foden. Sancho, Sterling. Yeah, just making sure. There we go. All right. So just bear in mind, both of these duos cost exactly the same amount of money. So here you go. Let's see. Bowen or Adams? I still prefer Bowen, but you could argue his ceiling's a bit lower because he's playing Wolves. Kulusevski going to dance around Leeds. Yeah, even Lucas, if he starts, I think they could do really well as well. Can't afford Maguire. Who to bring in as a third defender? It's tough because I'm looking at United and I'm not sure if Dalot starts. I don't know if it's going to be Wan-Bissaka. The same goes for the left-hand side. So you could maybe go a bit different and go for 2 City defenders, or even go for De Gea in goal and both me and Tarkowski in defence. That's what you could do. Breaking news, Spurs of course crazy guys because they opened their trophy cabinet to add "We beat City" trophy and all the dust flew out. This guy's such a troll. Yeah, oh my god, if only other people heard that, they'd be really emotional, as they say. De Gea or Sarr? This week I prefer De Gea. Long term it's definitely Sarr though. Willock or Brownhill? I mean, to start this week I'd go for Brownhill, but Willock is the better option looking at the doubles in 28 and 29. Not a big fan of either though. The City defence is hard to predict because they're all solid options put together, I agree, but the same could be said about their attack. It's pronounced Broja. Okay, thank you very much. And obviously I encourage anyone, if I pronounce something wrong, let me know. I think at one point I was watching something I did earlier, and I said Kufal. I used to say Kufal back in the day, believe it or not, but yeah. Mahrez or De Bruyne? I prefer Mahrez just because of the amount of money you get to invest in the rest of your squad. So yeah, I prefer Mahrez this week. Would you free hit if you only had one? No, I probably wouldn't, but it depends on your team. If you have 9 to 11 players and you've got Cancelo, Son already, then I probably would avoid it. Otherwise, you know, if you had none of them and you maybe even struggled for numbers, then I definitely would be saving it for later. But once again, team dependent question. Play Saiss, Gallagher or -8 and start Bruno and me instead. I don't mind playing Saiss and Gallagher, but I think it's worth the -8 for Bruno and me. Yeah. Just joining in, not sure if you answered this question already. Are you wildcarding? I already wildcarded in 26. It's something I did after the deadline stream on Friday. And I let you guys know on the community post and all of that. And I basically spent hours and hours comparing what my wildcard team would be like compared to my original team. And I ended up wildcarding. Otherwise, it would have been an easy triple captain Salah. I always said, for me, that was the best triple captaincy option of the season. Maybe a bit fortunate with 2 penalties, but Salah, he's got penalties in his locker. That's another big asset about him. And in terms of comparing my team, so if I took the -8 and didn't wildcard and played the free hit on Salah, I think I would have been on around 125 points with the hit factored in. But I got 130 points in Game Week 26, so I've actually made a bit of a net profit there, but I'm mainly concerned about the long-term effects. As for wildcarding now, I wouldn't wildcard now. I'd play the free hit and wildcard in 28. Best 2 Man City midfielders this week, I think it's Mahrez and Sterling, if you can afford it, yeah. De Bruyne, Cancelo and Laporte is the safer option in my opinion. Fair enough, that's a good point. I think Stones could be in for a game, and he hasn't really done anything wrong. He maybe hasn't been as good as last season, but I don't think he's been that bad when he's played. Baye, Nuri or Bednarik or Kyle Walker-Peters. For this week, I prefer Kyle Walker-Peters, but long-term, John, 8 Nuri is by far the best for me. Is that a free hit team on screen? Yes, it is. And why is Maguire there? Just because he's the most nailed. I'm not a big fan of Maguire, and he got -3 points against Watford, but I'm not sure about Shaw, I'm not sure about Dallo and all these others. What I could do is go for Shaw, and if he doesn't play, he probably won't come on, and then I can have Walker-Peters coming off the bench. So I am open-minded about that. I have no City attackers, hoping for a stinker. Yeah, hopefully, I would have done the same thing in your position, but yeah, now I'm hoping for some big returns from the ones I have. Take Salah out for Sterling this game week only. Yep, I think that's a good choice, yep. Ward-Prowse or Bowen? For this week, I prefer Ward-Prowse. Long-term, it's still Bowen for me. And Broja, as people say. Hopefully that's the right pronunciation. Bernardo Silva, not really feeling it with Bernardo. I know he got a really huge return in Champions League. He got 19 points there, but I probably wouldn't go there. What about Maddison? He's not a bad option. I think he's one I'd look at for Game Week 30. I'm not sure about this week, but he's not bad. He's facing Burnley. Best Wolves defender? I think it's between Aït-Nouri, Saiss and Cody. Kilman's not bad either. And Semedo as well, with those fluky points you could say the other day. Or should I say yesterday even. But if I had to pick, it'd be Saiss or Aït-Nouri maybe. But Cody's also pretty good. In terms of bonus points, you'll match them as well. Antonio King out for Weghorst and Broja. -4. Yes, I think that's worth it. Yep, Johan. Yep. De Bruyne, Cancelo, Laporte or Sterling, Mahrez and Cancelo. I prefer the second trio. So Sterling, Mahrez and Cancelo. Cancelo, Ben Mee for the next 2 weeks. It still has to be Cancelo, doesn't it? The thing is, Ben Mee has 3 games compared to Cancelo's 2. And Cancelo does face Man United and Everton. So yeah, you could argue Ben Mee. But I'm always a big fan of Cancelo in this game. Yeah, Mohamed, that looks good. Playing free hit. Any correction for City midfielders? No, I think that's fine. I'm not sure about Kulusevski entirely. That's a bit risky, but I do like the midfield. Whom to captain? Bruno, Ronaldo or Maddison? Has to be Bruno for me out of those 3. Which Burnley defender should I buy to replace Trippier? I'd go for Tarkowski or me. I don't think there's much in between them, and it's just really the luck of the draw in terms of who you get to score. Mahrez or Son? I still prefer Son, but Mahrez is exceptional. Yeah, no news on City team, unfortunately. If I did, I'd definitely be talking about it. And I encourage anyone, if you see a reliable source, talk about the City lineup before the deadline. Put it in the live chat so as many people know as possible. Although maybe some people wouldn't want that to happen. Gabriel Jesus as a punt. I'm not still sure. Nah, I probably still wouldn't go there because a lot of his returns this season have come from assists. I probably wouldn't go there. He's not a bad option. And actually, against Everton, I think he tends to do well. But I probably wouldn't go there. I have Cornet. Should I bench him or not? I'd start him. If you have him and you're not going to sell him, just start him and see what happens. Son or Kane? I'm not sure about this week, but long term, my answer is Son just for the value. But I like both. Coutinho or Bowen? This week, I actually prefer Bowen out of the 2. Even though Brighton, they have a few big absentees at the back, so you could argue Aston Villa attack could have a field day there. Wolves defender over Maguire for me and Hwang over Jimenez. I don't know about Hwang over Jimenez. That does seem a bit premature. He just came back. He scored a bit of a lucky goal, you could say. It's not going to be often that you're going to have, you could argue one of the best defenses in the league, making a mistake like that. You know, Ramsdale and Gabriel just completely miscalculating it and giving him an open goal. I do like the Wolves defender over Maguire, though. That's a decent shout. I'm just not sure if Wolves will keep a clean sheet there against West Ham. They tend to struggle against them, despite their win earlier in the season. Dennis or Broja? Has to be Broja right now. Pukki for Weghorst? I would get Weghorst in for Pukki, yes. Son or Sterling on the free hit? I still go for Son, but I like both. Tarkowski and me, or me and Pope? I'd go for me and Pope, but I can understand why you would go for 2 Burnley defenders and 1 goalkeeper. Everyone was fit for City, Grealish and Jesus back. Exactly, that makes it more difficult to kind of guess which players are going to start for City. Obviously, I'd love to see your opinion, AJ, because obviously you're a diehard City fan. You can maybe give us some insight into what you think is going to be, and no one can really blame you if it's not the right one. Why am I not feeling Bernardo? Because if you look at his returns for the last few months, it's been very inconsistent, and also his ceiling. It's not going to be as high as a Sterling, a De Bruyne, or a Foden. If you feel him, go for him. I'm just not feeling it myself. Dalot and Jimenez to Laporte, or me and Weghorst? Me and Weghorst I'd go for, yeah, right now. Sterling with Broja or Adams with Foden? Sterling and Broja for sure. Yeah, definitely. Adams or Broja? Broja again. Should I sell Tomiyasu for me or Tarkowski? I probably would, because he's got another injury problem, as once again the calf, so I would sell him, and I'd go, I think just go for either one. It's very difficult to predict, and some people might think, oh, because me scored in the last game, he's not going to do it again. I mean, I don't really think like that. It's illogical for a reason. I think both are really good. There's not much to separate them. I actually don't have enough money to go for Tarkowski with this team. It's quite tough. Yeah, okay, sorry. Spammers, bye-bye. 1 second. Alright, so let me just get through the comments. So bear with me for a second. Cresswell, Laporte. I'd go for Laporte this week still. You could argue Cresswell has a higher ceiling, but I think Wolves could score. It could be like a 1-1. Who knows though? If it's a 0-0, then you're going to be kicking yourself for not going for Cresswell or Saiss or someone else. Free hit, if I have 8 players, rest blanks plus 1 injury, 1 free hit and wildcard remaining. Yeah, with 1 free hit, it's a bit difficult. I think, Jack, if you have most of the key players, so if you have Son, Kane, Cancelo, Bruno, etc., if you have some of those players, or even a City attacker, I'd save it. But if you only have 1 or 2 of those, and with those issues you say, I'd probably play the free hit. Son or Weghorst captain? I'd go for Weghorst, but ultimately it's up to you. Hey, considering Salah, well, Salah blanking this week, so I wouldn't go for him, obviously. He's someone, obviously, to keep from Gameweek 28 until the end of the season, but right now, obviously, he's just going to be sold or on your bench. Plus, I'd love to free hit, but only have 1 left. Yeah, I completely agree, Harry. I completely agree. I can see that. Weghorst for Watkins? Yes, I'd do it. Ward-Prowse and Weghorst in, and Edouard and Saka out? I like the Edouard out move, but not Saka necessarily, because he could even though it looks a bit more unlikely, you could say, he could have a double in 28, and I think he's a good long-term option. Plays in 30. I wouldn't get rid of Saka. I'd get rid of Edouard, though, Eric. Is Ramsey a good budget option? For sure. It's him or Elanga for your kind of 5th midfielder. If you can't afford it, then just go for Gilmour and go for a pure bench fodder. Yeah, I agree, the Flying Dutchman, and it's so difficult to predict with City. It's kind of a blessing in disguise if you ever, well, not even in disguise, it's just a blessing if you ever get the lineup before the at least at the starting 11 before the deadline. Yep, James Ward-Prowse is very tempting, yes, and I've actually thought about it a lot. Son or Kane? I prefer Son, but both are really good. And this week, it's just flip a coin and pick one. I'd go for both, honestly, if you can. Have to take Semedo out for a -4. Don't want to use my last free hit. Who would you recommend? Probably a Burnley defender if you don't have them already. Otherwise, it's tough because, you know, most of the kind of premium defenders you want, like you want Rudiger, Robertson, probably Trent, so maybe not a room for Cancelo there. Harry, I'd probably go for a Burnley defender because even with United and Southampton, they're not really players I'd want long term. Yeah, I already answered that question, Mohamed, about Bernardo Silva. Is it Mane time? Obviously, fantastic in Gameweek 26. Jota's coming back soon. I'm not sure if it's necessarily Mane time. And look, he's a good option, and he's always going to be low owned right now with Salah and the form he's in. I still wouldn't go there. Isn't Adams better on a free hit than Broja? The reason why I prefer Broja is the value, because it also enables you to get Sterling, Bruno, Son, Kane, etc. That's why I go for Broja. Would you consider Eriksen at all? Not right now. I'd want to see more first before going for him. Laporte or Livramento? Probably Laporte. I'm not sure if Livramento starts. Should I sell De Gea for Pope? I think it's worth it, yeah, especially for a free transfer manish. De Gea captain, I wouldn't go there. I'd go for Bruno, Son, Kane, maybe a Burnley player like Weghorst. I wouldn't captain De Gea this week. Broja or Adams, I'd go for Broja. Why Maguire, not Bednarek or Livramento or even Dalot? Because I'm not sure if any of them start except for Bednarek. I'm not sure if Dalot or Livramento will start. Maybe Livramento is going to start as most Southampton players, or should I say Southampton fans say, but yeah, I'm not sure. Yes, I think so, Cade. A wildcard in 28. If I didn't wildcard in 26, I probably would have wildcarded in 28, yeah. Yeah, I agree, Harry. Yeah, true. In terms of long term, you probably have to go for the Wolves defender. I forgot about that. If you don't have a Wolves defender, definitely go for Saiss, Cody, or Aït-Nouri, Harry. Definitely. Sancho or KDB. If you can afford it, I'd go for KDB. Mahrez or Foden, I'd go for Mahrez. My team value isn't that good, Connor. I'll double check this right now. I think it's like 103. Yeah, 103.2 is pretty poor, actually. So, yeah, it's nothing special. I'll try to get through a few more questions and then we'll give you a bit of segments, you could say, you know, comparing stats and stuff like that. Bernardo or Foden has to be Foden for me, but I'm not sure if he starts. Foden isn't going to be as nailed as Bernardo, unfortunately. Dennis to Weghorst long term, yes. Just bear in mind, Dennis has a double in 28 and he has looked better, especially with Sarr coming back. Sterling or Mahrez? Maybe Sterling, but it's very tough. I like Mahrez a lot this week. I've got King. Should I swap Foden for Rafinha to afford Adams? Already have Broja. I don't think you need to really force it to get Broja in, Django, but that's not a bad idea either. And Adams could be your nice differential. Everyone goes for Broja, you go for Adams and get the points. You never know. KDB or Son? I prefer Son. Do you think Sterling and Sancho or Fernandes and Foden? Fernandes and Foden for me, if Foden starts. I don't know if he will. And as you can see in the poll, 62% go for the opposite. So Sancho and Sterling, and I can see why. They're more nailed on this week. No, Mickey, I don't think it's necessary, especially if you have most of the key players this week and you have 9 to 11 players. But I think I have plenty of upside, and that's why I played it. Why, AJ? I think if you have one decent player on the bench and also if you back Foden to start, then I think that you're good there. Foden has a higher ceiling, and with Bernardo Silva, I just haven't really seen it in the Premier League. Obviously, if you want, just go for the more nailed player. I still would try to risk it a little bit more and go for these with maybe higher ceilings. Yes, they might not start, but if they do, they could be in for a big haul. Why Maguire? I don't trust United defenders to start necessarily. It's a bit different with the midfielders, though. Is it better to go Tarkowski, De Gea over Maguire and Pope, considering you get the goal threat? I think it is worth considering. I already said this. I think it is worth it. But I like Pope's ability to get save and bonus points. That's why. I think Sterling will start. I can't tell you if he will for sure. Ward-Prowse to Bowen, not on free hits. Ward-Prowse to Bowen. I wouldn't get rid of Ward-Prowse. And even if I had Bowen, I wouldn't necessarily get rid of him. So I just keep things as they are. My bench is Johnson, Amati on free hit. Should I do Tarkowski to Roberts and... Wait, I'm trying to see. Oh, Dewberry Halls, is that? Yeah. To Alanga for a better first sub since I have Triple City. If you can, yes. So maybe Alanga or Jacob Ramsey would be good. King to Broja. Yeah. Or Broja. Yes, I think it's worth it. Sancho in for a -4. I'm not sure if it's worth it long term. I'd definitely go for Broja though, Kerwin. Play Trossard or take a -4 to get Tarkowski. I'd take a -4 to get Tarkowski, Matt. Yeah. So Goldhead puts his current team. I have 2 free hits. I'm thinking I use one now. Thoughts, Dylan? Look, your team is good. You've got Bruno, you've got Cancelo, and who else? Yeah, you don't have Son, to be fair. I probably would free hit that team, but you don't need to. -8 for Son. I think it's worth it long term, yep. Maguire over Livramento. I'm not sure if Livramento starts. That's why I've gone for Maguire. But yeah, if Livramento starts, I prefer him potentially over Maguire. I'm not sure of either team defensively, if I'm being completely honest. What about Kulusevski? He's worth considering, but yeah, there is the possibility of Lucas coming in. And also, you look at Sancho, Foden, Sterling, Bruno, Son, etc. There's not really a space for Kulusevski for me. Also, Ward-Prowse. I'd prefer having Ward-Prowse this week. Ward-Prowse or Broja on a free hit. I like both a lot. I would go for Broja. I have a feeling he'll score, but that's a personal gut feeling. I could be wrong. Sorry, Bowen to Ward-Prowse. Yeah, either way, I wouldn't really get rid of Bowen if you're not free hitting. Do you think going to Sancho for Sancho and Fernandes is a good option? I think so. I actually had a draft at one point with both of those. The way Watford play, United could struggle, especially if they kind of sit back and play as a low block, but it's very tough. because the other day, Watford were awful. They are absolutely awful. And if they defend like that, then United could be in for a really big return. United are very inconsistent, though. I think it's worth it, though. Yeah, it's a decent duo. I do prefer City duo, though. Weghorst or Broja? I'd say Weghorst this week, yeah. Best midfielder for 6.5 has to be Ward-Prowse for me. Yeah, no Spurs and no City attackers. I think I need to free hit. Not just that, but also... oh, yeah, you got no Spurs attackers anyway. You got Bruno. But yeah, also more Burnley players. So you can go from 1 to 3 double game weekers. Force and Rafinha, I think on a free hit I wouldn't go for him. But if you have him in your normal team, I think I'd be happy to start him, yeah. Got KDB swap for Son. This week, I'm not sure. If it's your free hit, by the way, then yes, I would. I prefer Son. But I'm not sure if I'd get rid of KDB this week in your normal team. Son's the better option long term, though. Is Triple City needed on a free hit? No. You could go for 2 and get away with it. Because there could be so much rotation that you're kind of... no matter what you do, you're kind of cursed. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So we've been talking a lot about these different questions. And I've showed you my team on screen. I'm probably going to captain Weghorst. I like the opponents. Crystal Palace and Leicester, pretty poor defensively. I think over the course of the season, Leicester actually might be the 3rd worst. So I'm going to show you that very soon. As for Crystal Palace, they struggle a lot from set pieces. The same goes for the Foxes. I think I'm going to go for Weghorst. Vice captain will be Son. But yeah, shouldn't really be a big thing anyway. I'll be honest, if we're looking at my team, Maguire, Foden, and maybe my bench, I'm not a big fan of. But the rest, I'm quite happy with. Me or Tarkowski, that's really a 50-50. It could go either way. And I have kind of been favouring Tarkowski most of the time. I might still end up going for him. But the rest should stay the same. I completely understand those of you who say, let's go for De Gea in goal and Ben, me and Tarkowski. I think that's a pretty good idea, actually. And something I'm actually considering. And I might end up doing it because I don't like the defenders for Manchester United. So really good shout from all of you. I just really like Pope in the double game week. So let's wait and see. It could actually be a really good thing if Ben, me and Tarkowski score. But they concede goals, so Pope doesn't really get anything. But those defenders, you bring both of them in and they do well. So there's arguments for and against. I'm also not really sure about Foden and Fernandes compared to Sterling and Sancho. If I had enough money, it would definitely be Sterling in for Phil Foden, but I don't have enough money, unfortunately. One other thing to consider is maybe Ward-Prowse. I really like him this week, so that's another good option there. So let's actually now go through a few things. So first of all, this is the price rises. So FPL statistics. And right now, Cody is projected to rise probably tonight, if not maybe tomorrow. You've got other players in there like Luis Diaz, Ben Mee as well, very popular option. Jose Sa, Creswell as well. Luis Diaz has gone down a little bit, but he should still go up very soon. Weghorst. So kind of the names we'd expect. Digne as well for the double in 28 and also the game in 30. And then, yeah, kind of the names you'd expect. Pope, Sai, Sancho, etc. Harry Kane. In terms of those projected to fall, Diego Jota. Now, he could be available this weekend in the Carabao Cup final, but yeah, I'm just not that sure about his minutes long term with Luis Diaz and all of this, so I think it's worth selling. And Edouard, what has happened to him? He looked really good in Game Week 24, and now it's kind of like a no-brainer to sell him. Joshua King as well, he's got an injury. I'd sell him regardless. Same goes for Antonio. Lucas Moura, Reguilon, Trossard. Kind of some names we'd expect there to be falling in price. So that's kind of the price rise updates that we tend to do on stream. I'm not a big fan of price rises. I don't really pay too much attention. That's why my team value is not that good. But there you go. And now let's get this up. So in terms of the whole season, as you can see from Game Week 1 to 26, Leicester are the 3rd worst defence of any team, which is absolutely mind-boggling. Also United, they're pretty low down, and that's what I mean in terms of United and Southampton. I don't like either defence. Leeds and Norwich, obviously in their own level, but that is pretty shocking, to be fair. City, I think there's a good argument to double up on their defence. They've got by far the best defence this season. Then, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal all blank this week anyway. You've got Brighton, kind of similar, where they've got good underlying numbers defensively, but don't get too many clean sheets. Spurs, also not too bad considering their recent decline defensively. But there you go. I think Wolves is definitely a good defence to target long term. And that's why I really like the Burnley double from an offensive point of view, because Leicester, the 3rd worst defence over the course of the season, in terms of expected goals conceded anyway. That's only one metric to measure it. And then you're looking at Crystal Palace. They're actually one of the better ones, but their main weakness is the set pieces, and that's what Burnley thrive on. So that's kind of a little rundown, and you can pause the stream as well if you want to obviously keep on watching this. I'm now going to move on to some player statistics, which should be very, very interesting as well. So here we go. This is going to be a very popular one this week. Sancho versus Foden. I've actually compared it over the last 8 game weeks because if we look over the course of the season, there's probably going to be a huge disparity between the two because Sancho hasn't really got the minutes compared to Phil Foden, despite Foden as well sometimes being in and out of the team. But very, very similar. And if anything, Sancho has better stats over the last 8, and most of his goal contributions have come in the last 3 game weeks, 1 goal and 2 assists. But pretty much the reverse, 1 goal for Sancho, 3 goals for Foden, 3 assists for Sancho and 1 for Foden. Shots and shot volume, shots in the box, Foden is superior in all of those metrics. But XG, XA, big chances and big chances created, Sancho is better in all of them. But then in key passes, almost identical. Foden just about takes the cake. Let me know now, right down in the live chat, if you had to pick one between Sancho and Foden, who would you go for? And the kind of question this week, which we've been talking about, the poll is literally the same question. Do you go for Sancho and Sterling, or do you go for Foden and Bruno? Those two duos cost exactly the same amount of money. But if you had the choice of Foden or Sancho, a one-on-one shootout, who would you pick? Let me know in the live chat. I want to get a good sense of what you guys think. Sancho's been in good form recently. That's why most people would probably veer towards him. But Foden over the course of the season, not his greatest season actually, in my opinion, but he's still probably had a more impressive campaign overall than Jadon Sancho. So that's kind of my take on it. Just a little water break, and then we're going to get through a few more of these kind of comparisons. Yeah, most people actually, maybe 50-50. So Foden, quite a lot of people saying. Now Sancho, got him in my free hit team, fair enough. That's pretty interesting. All right, so yeah, a lot of people saying Sancho right now. I can understand that. Yeah, I think Sancho probably takes the cake. Rock and Roll saying Foden. Kartik says, I've got Ramsey and Matinho. Whom should I play? Probably Ramsey. Yeah, I'd go for Ramsey, mate. Whom should I bench? Yeah, I'd bench Matinho. All right, so let's move on to another comparison here. It's just one more comparison. If you want another one, by the way, let me know, and I can use this. By the way, Frank FF stuff. These graphics are really good and they all come from him, so massive shout out to him. And yeah, I think we can put another one in. Just tell me the names, I can search them up and we can compare them. This is another one, Fernandes versus Sterling. I prefer Fernandes, but Sterling's form recently has been exceptional. If you compare them statistically, both very impressive over the season. So Bruno has more goal contributions, Sterling with one more, or should I say one more goal, but Bruno has 3 more appearances as well. That's one thing we should factor in. And also shots. Bruno actually leads in that. Shots on target though, Sterling's better. And shots in the box. XG, Sterling's is very good. Over 10. Almost 11 actually. And in terms of expected assists, both pretty decent. But Bruno's is almost double. Or should we say, quick maths. Almost double. Big chances. Wow, that is absolutely incredible for Sterling. 18, and I've highlighted this in recent videos and streams as well. Double that of Bruno Fernandes, but both very impressive. And Bruno has 13 big chances created compared to Sterling's 4. But if you add both of them up, big chances and big chances created, both of them 22. So for both of these players, key passes 73 compared to 29. Who do you prefer, Bruno Fernandes and Sterling? I think there is a case this week to say Sterling, but I still prefer Fernandes personally. And as for the last one, I think recently you'd probably have to say Jadon Sancho, but over the course of the season, definitely Foden. But yeah, that's another one. Let me know who you prefer out of those two. Laporte or Diaz? Normally I prefer Laporte because of the value, but I'm not sure if he starts. And then again, you could say the same about Diaz as well. Is Raul Jimenez a good replacement for Maupay? Yes, I think so. Yes. Which sounds better, me, Tarkowski and Fraser Forster, or Bednarek, Connor Robertson, Pope? I like both of them, mate, but I would probably go for... Yeah, Forster in goal. Not the worst, actually. You know what? I'd probably go for... this is very tough. Maybe the first duo. Yeah. The second one's good with Pope and Roberts. If Roberts plays both games, then you could argue that was the better one, but it's very 50-50 there. Walker Peters or Livramento? I prefer Livramento, but because I think Walker Peters will start and I'm not sure if Livramento will, I'd go for Walker Peters, if that makes any sense, by the way. I'm just trying to give you my honest opinion. Yep, pick Sancho already, fair enough. Sterling, okay, yep. Some people saying Sterling. Sterling or De Bruyne free hit? I prefer Sterling. Yeah, I prefer him. But both are good. Sancho or Bruno, Foden or Sterling? Sancho or Bruno, I prefer Bruno, and Foden or Sterling, Sterling. So pretty much the most expensive option for both of them. Do I go for Sterling or Mahrez? I think Sterling, but both of them are really good. 50-50 on that one this week. Let's do a Saint-Maximin versus Edouard or a King Malpai. Wow, that's interesting. I think Saint-Maximin and Edouard would be an interesting one. King Malpai, I mean, most people would sell King after the double in 28 and Malpai as well, you know, after the fixtures turn in 28 and after the double in 29, most people will sell him. But yeah, I could get that up as well right now. So let's, I'll keep this up on screen. So let me just get this up here. So bear with me for a second. Yeah, we'll do something like this. So you said Edouard versus Saint-Maximin. And by the way, if you have any more that you want to see, then let me know. Sometimes this does freeze a little bit, but, you know, should be good right now. Here we go. So Saint-Maximin, over the course of the season, you can be the judge. I prefer Saint-Maximin from now on. Yeah. But Edouard, look, he was looking like a really good option around game week 23, 24, and he just started getting benched out of nowhere. That Norwich game was the kind of catalyst for that. So, yeah, it's a big shame. Yeah, 11 big chances compared to 5 as well. Statistically, Saint-Maximin isn't that good, but in terms of FPL points, he is probably the best of the lot, in my opinion. So, yeah, he's just right up there. Let's see what else is in here. Mahrez or Sancho? I prefer Mahrez, Yarang. I prefer Mahrez. Double up on City and United or triple City and Bruno? Maybe triple City and Bruno, but double up of either is fine anyway. Tarkowski or me? It's 50-50, mate. Honestly, it's literally 50-50. Just because me scored, it doesn't mean he's better than Tarkowski all of a sudden. I think they're both very similar. Che Adams or Broja? I prefer Broja. Actually, because some people are asking this, we might as well get this on screen. So let's get Ben Mee versus Tarkowski, and you know, you can let the stats give you a little indication. I honestly think it's 50-50. I don't really have a preference. I was leaning towards Tarkowski more so before his COVID case, but obviously he came back against Spurs, got the clean sheet, and he's vital for Burnley. So there you go. That's the kind of stats there. Ben Mee, better for goals. In terms of assists, though, Tarkowski a bit better this season. Even though Ben Mee has better underlying numbers, you know, he's got 2 big chances created compared to Tarkowski's 0, 1.4 XA compared to Tarkowski's 0.6. So you could argue, based on these stats, it's pretty much identical. And even shots in the box and shots overall, I'd maybe say Ben Mee just about takes it in terms of the underlying numbers and stuff, but very similar. And also Ben Mee's played 2 fewer games. So let me know what you guys think about this one, and let me know. And let other people know as well, for those asking, Ben Mee or Tarkowski, what is your preference? Ziyech versus Foden, that'll be an interesting one, I think, from Game Week 28 onwards. But Ziyech blanks this week, but that's something we can definitely look into next week. Mahrez or Sancho? Mahrez, mate, Mahrez. Is Saint-Maximin nailed? Yes, I think so. The problem is he's been injured recently. Spurs defender suggestions for triple Spurs versus Leeds. I'm not sure if they'll keep a clean sheet anyway, so maybe not the greatest idea, but I'd probably say Region. I expect him to start, and he's got the highest upside. Thank you, Yogesh. Please advise if I need free hit for... oh, okay. So you put your ID there. I have 2 free hits and a wildcard. I'll try to check this very quickly. I'm not sure if you want it to be on screen, by the way, or something like that. But I'm going to put it on a separate browser right now and put your team ID and see if I can... So do you need a free hit? Obviously. Okay, fair play, by the way. 132 points in Game Week 26 with a -8. So you've got Ramsdale, Digne, Cancelo, Trent, Alexander-Arnold, Saiss, Bowen, Salah, Son, King, Weghorst, Antonio. Right, okay, you know what? I'm actually going to use FPL.team for this. It's going to be even better just to visualize everything very quickly. So let me put your team ID here. So bear with me for a second. Thank you very much for the super chat, by the way. It's much appreciated. So you'd have De Gea in goal. You'd have Trossard starting potentially. Let's just get this right. Livramento over Arnold. Yeah, Gray's on the bench. So you have an 11. I can see what you mean, but King is also a rotation risk. Well, should I say because he's injured. Gray could come on for him if needed. So you could captain Weghorst and vice-captain Son. You've got Cancelo. Okay, basically what I would say here is you've got a decent team for Game Week 27. The only thing really is you have no United coverage, offensively anyway. You also don't have double or triple City. And also with Burnley, you've only got 1. So basically what a free hit would do would give you 2 more double Game Week players. So maybe Pope and Ben Mee, etc. It would also give you Bruno Fernandes and potentially Raheem Sterling, Mahrez, etc. So I think the upside is there. But you said you have 2 free hits. Let me get the chat back up. So let me just get your message back up. Yeah, you've got 2 free hits. I think the upside is enough for you to free hit, but this is the key thing. You don't have to free hit. I just think it's worth it, but you might think, you know what, Game Week 30, I'm possibly 33 or 36. So the simple answer is you don't need to free hit, but I think it would be very beneficial as well. So thank you very much for your super chat. Yep, people saying Ben me as well. Burnley. Yeah, Burnley, eh? Yeah. Kane or Bruno? That's tough. Normally I prefer Bruno, but this week, I mean, I'm not sure. From now on, Kane is the better long-term option with the fixtures and everything in mind. I'd actually say Kane this week, yeah. I like both, though. Son or Sterling? Son. Son for me, Mohammed. Ward-Prowse or Zaha captain? Ward-Prowse out of the two. Can I go without Salah until Game Week 29? You could, but I would try not to. But yeah, I think you could, Karaki, yeah. Sancho or Fernandes? Fernandes for sure. Bruno or Sterling on a free hit? I've gone for Bruno myself, and I could go for Sterling, and maybe that would give me a bit more, so I could get Sancho instead of Foden, for example, and do other stuff. I prefer Bruno, but I don't know. I think I might be a bit wrong about that, and it's 50-50, honestly. Would you captain Fernandes? I think he's one of the better single game week options, but I wouldn't, no. Who to start on a free hit? Bednarek, Daka, Henry, or Varane? That's an interesting set of players there. I'd probably go for Bednarek or Daka, Zoran. So Manchester Evening News, Man City lineups there. Okay, thank you very much for that, Abir. I'm going to try check. It's probably a predicted lineup, isn't it? And by the way, wow. Thank you very much to everyone. We've got over 400 people watching. It's much appreciated. If you haven't already, smash the like button and subscribe for new. Let's get this stream to 200 likes if possible. And click the notification bell to never miss a single upload. And in the description below, you can check out my Twitter and Instagram. It's still in RCM. You'll see it as well at the end of the stream. And also, we're almost at 1,000 followers on both of those platforms, so it'd be much appreciated. And I've also launched a Patreon. You can become a channel member as well. All of the perks are the same for both of those platforms, but you can also get additional bonus content on Patreon. So thank you very much. A massive shout out goes out to Federico Caliso for becoming the first Patreon we only launched the other day, and also to all the channel members. It's much appreciated. And now we'll probably go away from this, but this is kind of one of the key questions this week. Tarkovsky versus me. Beforehand, I was leaning more towards Tarkovsky, but the COVID situation kind of made me go 50-50 on it. It's very identical. And if you look at the underlying stats, you could argue Ben Me is slightly better, and I think most people will go for me. In terms of ownership, I think Tarkovsky is just under 2%, Ben Me is around 4 or 5%. But yeah, both of them are differentials in their own right. And just, obviously, this is going to be kind of obvious there, but Twitter's very loud. Just because you see a lot of free hit teams going about, it doesn't mean everyone's going to free hit. So it is a differential in itself to free hit this week. So now let's get back to my team. This is how I'm looking right now. I'm not a big fan of Maguire, but he's the most nailed from all these players. And wow, let me just go through any questions I've missed. Yeah, the chat is going like crazy right now. So thank you very much to everyone. Adams or Broya stats. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good comparison. Let me go back to it then. That will probably be the last comparison we'll do for now. But that's a good idea, actually. And a lot of people will be asking that. So let me just get this up. Yes. Okay, so Ben Me, Tarkovsky, we've talked about that. You know what? I might keep this, actually. I'll keep this here just in case anyone asks. And we'll open a new tab here and do it as well. So, yeah. All right, so let's go for Broya and Adams. Yeah, this is a very nice tool as well, by the way. So let's get this up. All right, so yep, there you go. Look at the stats, identical. And in terms of FPL points, Adams only just surpassed Broya the other day with that assist. So identical goals and assists this season. Broya's got more appearances. Shots and shots in the box, identical once again. Even XG, Broya's is slightly higher, but Che Adams has better creativity. That's what I would say, and that's why he's got the extra assist. Big chances, 8-5. That's what I like about Broya a lot. 0 big chances created though. I think if you want someone who's more reliable to get an attacking return period, it would be Adams, but you also have to factor in the price difference between the two. Broya is 5.4, 5.5 million. Che Adams is 6.9. I think it's worth going for Broya instead because they're pretty much identical. Adams has that better assist threat, but in terms of goals, they're pretty similar, and Broya actually has better underlying numbers there. So I would go for Broya. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the live chat. Adams is definitely in better form though. Sonnen for Bowen -8. I probably wouldn't get rid of Bowen if you're not free hitting. Yeah, thank you, Rock and Roll. Connor Roberts, yeah, I think he's a good option. I'm just not that sure if he starts both games. If you're asking me, do I think he will? Yes, but not as likely as Ben Me or Tarkovsky, personally. Broya or Sancho? That's an interesting question. I think maybe I'd say Broja, but they're both really good this week. Bro, if I have 10 players to go, should I free hit? It also depends on the players you have, FPL, Jimmy. I'm not trying to obviously duck your question, but if you have Cancelo, Son, Kane, Bruno, if you have like 2 or 3 of those players at least, I think you're fine. You don't need to free hit. If you only have 1 free hit available, I'd try to avoid using it this week and maybe save it for 30 or later on. If you have 2, you've got more flexibility and you can maybe bolster your Burnley players, your United assets, Spurs attack, City, etc. And therefore, I would free hit. Maddison versus Kulusevski. Okay, that'll be an interesting one as well. Bowen or Rafinha? Bowen this week. Bro, if I have 2 free hits, should I use one? Once again, just like what I said before, it depends as well on the players you have. So Cancelo, Son, Kane, Bruno, Mahrez, Sterling. You know, if you have most of these kind of big players this week, I don't think you need to free hit. Yeah, I agree, Paul. I think Broja too. Sufar replacement, I think a Wolves defender long term. You have to think long term, and it has to be that. Eric Peters, he's probably the defender I like the least from Burnley. I'm not sure if he starts even both of them. It could be Taylor as well. I'd rather go for Roberts or a centre-back. Captain Weghorst, Kane or Son. I've gone for Weghorst myself. I think they're all good though, Akil. Who should I captain, me or Cancelo? That's a good question, actually. Maybe Ben Mee. Not a big fan, but yeah. Trent or Robertson to transfer out? I tend to prefer Trent, so I'd guess I'd stick with him. What I really like about Robertson, though, is his ownership. I'd try to keep both of them, though, if possible. Should I sell Cornet for Willock for a -4? Probably not, because Cornet could play the second game, and yeah, that's maybe something you want to do next week in Game Week 28 or 29. Take a hit to get rid of Dalot? I'm not sure about that, because there is still the odd chance he starts. I'm not sure if it's worth the hit, and it also depends who you bring in. Cancelo or Maguire? Cancelo all day long, no doubt about it. Eddie says, who should I play, Bednarek or Livramento? This is the thing, I prefer Livramento and I would start him over Bednarek, but the problem there is, what if Livramento doesn't start and comes on for like 20 minutes and gets a 1-pointer? That is the risk there. But if you're willing to risk it, or if you back Livramento to start, I'd start him instead. Force on Dalot, I think he might start, but I can't count on it, and that's why I haven't gone for him. Is Sterling worth getting? Yes, he is worth it. Is he a rotation risk? There's always a rotation risk with City, but I think he will start. And by the way, let me just get rid of these people who put like VOM. I don't even know what this is. It's like a code or something. Yeah, Captain Sterling or Weghorst? I'd go for Weghorst, but I like Sterling a lot too. Me, Roberts, and Foster or Livramento? Wait, let me get. Well, let's break down this question again. Me, Roberts, and Foster or Livramento, me, and Pope. I'd go for the second trio: Pope, me, and Livramento. Talib, yeah. No free hit. Shall I bring in Mahrez or Coutinho? If you're looking at the next 2 game weeks, it has to be Coutinho for me. And also, Mahrez could start this one and be benched in game week 28. Although he is facing United, I mean, who knows? King, Watkins, or Edouard to Weghorst? Honestly, you could make an argument to sell all of them, but I don't like any of them. The fact that Edouard is so out of the team right now, he's basically a substitute. I'd probably get rid of him first, but King has an injury issue. I'd probably keep Watkins and sell one of the other 2, basically. Best midfielders to replace Jota? I'm not sure who you have or don't have, Anas, but Saka's a good one long term. Obviously, you can't bring him in right now. It's a tough one. I think Son. If you have enough money, try to get to Son. I think that would be a no-brainer there. Otherwise, Ward-Prowse would be a good one. Coutinho with a double in 28. I'd probably look there. Kulusevski or Zaha? That's a good question, actually. Maybe Zaha this week. I'm not sure. They're both good. I'd probably go for Zaha. I'm still not a big fan of him, but obviously a really good return in 26. Sancho or Fernandes? Has to be Fernandes for me. Fernandes or Sterling? I prefer Fernandes, but both are really good this week. And you could argue Sterling's the better one in 27. Son or KDB? Son for me. Do you think Foden will start? I think he will, but I can't count on it. That's the problem. Is Aaron Lennon playing out of position for Burnley? To a certain extent, yes. But either way, I just go for Weghorst. Just giving you my complete honest opinion. When Cornet comes back, I think that could be a difference as well. Yeah, Son. I agree, Lager. I already answered that question, John. Son for me. King, Watkins, yeah. Wait, I already answered this as well. I'd probably get rid of King or Edouard. Goal for Sancho or clean sheet for Maguire? I'd rather go for Sancho. So, Yeah, if that's the question, I'd go for Sancho. Why James Ward-Prowse? Well, I just think he's in good form since December. He's on set pieces, a bonus points magnet. There's a lot to like. Good fixtures as well. I think he's a great option. James Ward-Prowse or Coutinho next 2 weeks. I'd still go for Coutinho, but I really like Ward-Prowse as well. Digne or Cash? I'd go for Digne, but not a big fan of either. Do we keep Cornet for this week? I probably would, yes, if you're not free hitting. If you are, though, I wouldn't go for him. Dallo or Lindelof? I'd go for Dallo. Robertson, Kyle Walker-Peters or me and Bednarek, quite close. It is quite close, yeah. I'd go for... Oh, that's tough. Basically, I prefer Walker-Peters over Bednarek, but I prefer me over Roberts, just for how nailed he is. I'd go for Robertson, Kyle Walker-Peters, but there is the chance that Roberts only plays one. Brownhill as a differential... I wouldn't really go for it. I'd rather go for double Burnley defence or even Cornet if he was fit. I wouldn't really go there. Yeah, Jason, I haven't seen your question anyway. Just let me know. But try not to spam the chat. Otherwise, you're probably going to be, timed out or anything like that. Tarkovsky or me, I literally just spoke about earlier. Tried to refresh the stream a few minutes back. And you have all the stats on screen. I like both of them. I was leaning more towards Tarkovsky. But looking at the stats and also with Tarkovsky's recent COVID case, it's kind of 50-50. And I like both of them either way. I'm not sure who's going to get the goal here in the double game week. And it could be both of them, actually. Start Ward-Prowse or Broja. Try to start both names, Jeff. If you had to pick one, I would go for Broja, but I like both. Yeah, 10 playing players is fine. It also depends on the quality of the players, not just the quantity. McNeil instead of Burnley defender, that's a good idea, Yorang. That's not a bad idea, not a bad shout. You could say the same about Brownhill, but yeah, McNeil's not a bad shout. Take a hit and sell Ronaldo for Weghorst. It's difficult because Ronaldo is playing Watford this week. I tried to maybe sell someone else like a Watkins or a King or an Edouard, but yeah, I think it's not a bad idea. Yeah, you got your 16 points. Yeah, true. Yeah, if it's your normal team, obviously Brownhill's a good option. But if you're free hitting, I just don't really see the need. I don't think Brownhill's going to score again necessarily. Obviously, if you do, go for him. But yeah, basically on a free hit, I wouldn't go for him. If you have him, start him. Yeah. If I have 2 free hits, should I use one this week? Obviously, I try to simplify as much as possible, but if you have most of the key players this week, so if you look at the free hit team, the best free hit team, and you're like, you know what, I've got kind of most of the ones I want, and you've got a decent number of players, I'd avoid using the free hit, especially if you only have one available. But if you're in a case where you don't really have anyone and you think you're going to miss out on City, United and Spurs, that's when I'd reconsider and possibly use it, even if you only have one available. Laporte, keep or sell? Well, I'd keep him right now, but he might be a sell ultimately long term. Sterling or Silva on a free hit? Sterling news coming out that he can be benched. Oh yeah, let me check out the. By the way, sorry about that laugh. That sounded a bit psychotic. Let me go on the Manchester Evening News. It was. Thank you very much to those who pointed it out. Let me try and get that out. Manchester Evening News. I want to see if I can get anything on Twitter. Yeah, so bear with me for a second. I might take a little while. So yeah, if I don't answer your question, apologies. I'll still try my absolute best. I'm going to try see what's up with Manchester City. So any news, any team news, nothing. Morris to return. Man City predicted lineup versus Everton. I could get this on screen actually. Let me get this on screen just so you lot can see what I'm looking at. So let's get this on the road. All right, so tell me if you can see. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let me just try. Yeah, Jack Grealish and Jesus are back to full fitness. Yeah, we know this. Riyad Mahrez will be pushing for a start. I think he will start as well. Oh, don't tell me this is going to be like under a paywall or something. Guardiola could move Bernardo Silva back to midfield, trio alongside De Bruyne and Rodri. That's what I expect as well, which would allow Mahrez to start on the right-hand side with a threesome of Sterling and Foden. Okay, maybe we shouldn't say threesome. But yeah, that's pretty much what I expected. I think the other day someone asked me, what do you think is going to be the front three and the middle three? And I pretty much said exactly this. Foden, if he plays in that false nine role, I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it. Cole Palmer and Zach Steffen look unlikely to be involved as they're still recovering from their respective injuries. There's a possibility we could use this or see the same 11 that started against Spurs last week with Guardiola able to make a few number of changes. So yeah, this is the predicted lineup according to Manchester Evening News. Ederson in goal, Walker, Diaz, Laporte, Cancelo, Bernardo, Rodri, De Bruyne, Mahrez, Foden, Sterling. That's pretty much what I expect. A lot of people are kind of a bit cautious about Foden, and I can see why. I'm still cautious myself, but I do have him in my team, and I had him actually on Sunday stream as well. Let me know what you guys think of this particular lineup, and obviously thank you very much to those who pointed out this source. Yeah, Emil, obviously, look, that's kind of just my opinion on there. I just think Ben Mee and Tarkowski are more nailed. I don't think necessarily Roberts isn't safe. And you could argue ever since, or whenever he's available, he actually starts over Lowton. So, yeah, I think you can go for him. But Ben Mee and Tarkowski for me are regardless more nailed. They're all good though. Think Dalot will start this week? Yes, but I'm not sure, and that's why I haven't gone for him. Among the midfielders, who do you think would start for City? Pretty much what these guys say. I'm not copying, by the way. This is what I said from Sunday. So Rodri, De Bruyne, and Bernardo Silva. And if you're counting other midfielders in FPL, Sterling, Mahrez, and Foden as well. Yeah. Best you found Duffy replacements. Yeah, so basically I'd go for a Wolves defender, Roy. No doubt about it. So 8 Nuri, Cody, or Saiss. Take your pick there. The other one I think about, this is a bit tough. I'm trying to think here. Because I think Chelsea defenders are fantastic from next week onwards, but I go for Rudiger, who's kind of beyond this price point you're suggesting. I'm probably forgetting someone here. Maybe Luca Digne, just for the double, and also playing in 30 as well. I'm not a big fan of Aston Villa, but yeah. Alright, let me just get rid of these spammers, by the way. I don't know what the hell that is on about. The predicted lineup is out. Diaz is not starting. Where is this from, though, Freddie? Yeah, I think Walker will play as well, but obviously it could be wrong. This is just a predicted lineup. But yeah, let me know. Someone mentioned just there that Diaz isn't in the predicted lineup. I'm not sure where this is coming from or whatever. I'm going to check Twitter and see what comes up. So City lineup, probably not the best. Might not even get the results I want, but yeah, let's try and see something. Let's see. Okay, this is just a predicted lineup I've seen online. This is from Luke from FF Scout. So Edison, Cancelo, Laporte, Stones, Walker, Rodri, KDB, Gundogan, Mahrez, Foden, Sterling. I kind of agree, although I think Bernardo will play instead of Gundogan, but he could be right. And he's also got Stones in starting over Laporte, over Diaz. Yeah, that's probably what you said then. I'm a bit surprised though, because I think Laporte was just as much to blame, if not more, than Diaz the other day. But obviously, I probably have to rewatch it again. But yeah, I'll get off the screen, by the way. But that is the predicted lineup according to Manchester Evening News. That would be great, by the way, if we could get something like that. So let me now go to my team. We haven't actually talked about my team enough. Or maybe that's up for debate. But yeah. Here we go. By the way, the chat's going absolutely crazy, so thank you very much to everyone. Much appreciated. And in terms of the votes, how many votes have we got? Nearly 1,000 votes. Thank you very much to everyone. Much appreciated. 865 of you have voted for the kind of big question this week. 61% of you have gone for Sancho and Sterling over Fernandes and Foden, which is what I've gone for right now. So thank you very much to everyone who's done it. Look at, he's retweeted something with a lineup. Okay, Freddie, thank you very much. I'll check that out. If you want me to bring this on screen as well, by the way, let me know, guys and girls. Let me know, and I'll bring it up on screen. So let me try check this then. It might be the thing I just read out, though. Yeah, I don't see it. Oh, Man City predicted lineup. Foden's not very popular in the predicted lineups. Yeah. That doesn't surprise me in the way, yeah. Let's see. So basically, most people, well, everyone had Cancelo except for one person had Cancelo starting. Then it's kind of, yeah, most people think Diaz is going to start, and then it's kind of 50-50 on Stones. Yeah, a lot of people think Walker's going to start. Rodri, Sterling, Mahrez, Silva. Yeah, Foden is kind of 50-50. Yeah, and it could even be Bernardo Silva playing as a false 9 or KDB, and then Gundogan and Silva, KDB, all of them functioning in the same team. So yeah, hard week to predict after Spurs, so have a decent bench if you're on free hit. Laporte may be benched over Stones. Mahrez and Sterling are expected to start, but Foden less certain, depending if Gundogan starts midfield or false 9. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much, by the way, for... Let me get the name up. For Redbird95, what a name, by the way. Inshallah, Mo Salah. What a name. Thank you for tagging me in that as well. That's much appreciated. So yeah, that's pretty much. I'll get this on screen, actually. We might as well, since we're talking so much about the predicted lineup. So 1 second, guys and girls. Here we go. Yeah. So this is what we're on about. What do you guys think, by the way? And let's see. Let me just zoom out a little bit, just so you can see the full picture. Does it even make a difference, actually? No, it doesn't. That's a bit interesting. But basically, Cancelo is on the left-hand side. It doesn't really make a difference. Yeah, most people think he's going to start. Then it's Stones. It pretty much starts from Stones. Let me know what you guys think of this as well. Best striker under 8 million alongside Jimenez and Broja. Under 8 million. I'm forgetting someone. I think Weghorst right now. I don't think he's amazing, but he's decent. Would you go Bowen to James or Prowse? No, I wouldn't. I have Rodriguez. Is he nailed? I don't think he's nailed, per se. Broja or punt Kulusevski? I'd go for Broja. Why are you playing Maguire over Walker-Peters? Because I slightly favour United to keep a clean sheet more so than Southampton. But the reason why I would prefer Livramento is because of his attacking threat and the bonus points and everything. But I'm not sure if he starts. But yeah, that's a good point. I could maybe go for him. Is Laporte expected to start? It's kind of 50-50. A lot of them are backing Stones to start over him, actually. That's the thing. And I wouldn't be too surprised. Actually, sorry. Sorry. In this graphic I'm showing you, Diaz is the one expected to start, but Laporte could miss out for Stones. Kane out for a 3-5-2. Not a bad idea, but I honestly wouldn't do that, mate. I wouldn't do that. I'd go for Harry Kane. Jacob Ramsey or Elanga? This week, I'd maybe go for Elanga, but both are good options. Jacob Ramsey is definitely the better one long term, in my opinion. But you never know. Elanga, obviously crucial in the Champions League draw against Atletico. I might go for Walker instead of Laporte, though. Yeah, I think that's a fair shout. And I think Walker, personally, I think Walker will start. Sell Maupay or Dennis? I'd rather sell Maupay just because Dennis has a double next week. But yeah, both are decent, I guess. Thank you, Roy. Ronaldo and Elanga or Bruno and Broja? Bruno and Broja, mate. Yeah, definitely. Do you think Roberts will start for Burnley? Yes, Patrick. I think he's going to start both, but there is more of a chance of him missing out one of those games than Ben-Mee or Tarkowski. That's basically how I see it. Yeah, Taylor, though, would mainly be competing with Peters on the left-hand side rather than Roberts on the right. On a free hit, should I do Sancho or Son to KDB? Sancho. I'd rather keep Son. Yeah. Weghorst for Edouard for a -8. I think that's fine, Yusuf. I'd do that. Yeah, it's worth the -8. Who is taking Semedo's spot in Wolves squad? Honestly, I'm probably forgetting someone there, but if anyone does know in the live chat, let me know and answer Wei-Seng's question. Who will fill in Semedo's spot on the right-hand side if he were to miss out? Because Johnny's a left wing back. There's also Ait Nouri and Marcel. They could do something like Kilman or something, but I'm not sure. I might be wrong about that. Obviously, beforehand it would have been Adama Traore, but he's not in the team anymore, obviously. Dallo or Gray? Dallo this week, yeah. Bruno or KDB? I prefer Bruno. Once again, that question's answered. Is Dallo playing? I think he will, but I'm not sure. Who is your captain? Weghorst. Villa fixture super poor after next week. Yeah, that's kind of the big concern there. Would you take a -18 to bring in Huang King? I shouldn't have said that. King and Huang Hee-chan. Jesus Christ. Ben-Mee, Long, White. I see what you did there. You absolute. I'm going to keep this PG. Okay. Well, either way, I wouldn't take a -18 this week, and there's no such thing as a -18. Why the hell did I even read that? Hey, could do. Well done, though. Could do the free hit for Give Me 28, 30, and then wildcard for 31, 32. Yeah, that's a good option too. I think a wildcard in 28 or 31 is probably the best bet, and free hit in 30, 33, 36, etc. Son or Kane captaincy? I'd go for Son. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, Johnny is a left wing back. I'm not sure though if he'd play on the right though. Yeah. Why is no one going for Ronaldo in a free hit? Look, you can go for him, and I always said this, don't discount Ronaldo. He could do really well against Watford, but I prefer Bruno and Kane, Son, Sterling, etc. this week. Yeah, I don't know why. And your name is, dyslexic Bast, and then I won't finish the rest. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I should have read the username first, and then something's fishy here. I actually It's very rare for me to kind of be caught out with these things. Obviously, hopefully I'm not encouraging more people to do it. My midfield is Son, Sancho, Sterling, Mahrez. Thoughts? I think it's a solid midfield, mate. I prefer Bruno Fernandes over Sancho, Jay, but that's still good. Thanks, mate. I want to keep going, but I have Son, Bruno, Sterling, and Mahrez. Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that makes sense, Patrick. Got 10 playing players. Sell Trent or Robertson. I still prefer Trent over Robertson, but I'd try to keep both, mate. I've gone for me, Tarkowski, and Forster over Pope. Gone for me, Tarkowski. Yeah, fair enough. That's not a bad idea. You're super high in this stream. Super high? What are you on about? I don't smoke, mate. I don't smoke, but thank you very much. Anyway, let's get back to my team. People are saying show yourself as well. Relax. We've already seen plenty. If I wildcard, will I get a free transfer for next game week? You will have one free transfer next week. You can't have two, though. And yeah, it's basically you're going to have one free transfer. The same goes for a free hit. Best captaincy this week, I think it's between Weghorst, Son, Kane, Bruno Fernandes, maybe Ronaldo. Who knows? Cancelo's are not a bad shout either. I think Weghorst or Son or Kane would be my picks, really. Adams or Broja? Broja. And I also talked about this, George, earlier. If you check out the stream earlier, we actually talked about this in detail and showed some stats. I'm not sure what to do with Dallo. Yeah, I already answered this. I think he will start, but I can't guarantee it. So that is a risk. I have money to replace him with any defender. Yeah, fair enough. Any defender. So you probably have Cancelo already. If you don't have a triple up already, I would consider maybe going for Tarkowski and me as well. Lindelof instead of Maguire, not for me. Captain Son versus Leeds. Yeah, I literally just said it. I think he's one of the best options this week. Am I streaming until the deadline? Yes, I am. Yes. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream until the lineups are out. That's a different thing. But I will be streaming until the deadline, yeah. Unless, there's like one person viewing and I'm just talking to myself or something. Broja or Daka? Broja. Transferring Livramento, Semedo or Digne? If you're looking long term, then Digne would be the pick. Because Livramento could start this week and then not start in 28. And actually, I would expect Livramento to not start both games in 28 and in 27. De Bruyne, yeah, look, he's another really good choice that probably deserves more credit as well. Free hit now or Game Week 30? If I had to pick, so if you didn't wildcard in 26, I would say free hit in 30. But if you just wildcarded, then it might make more sense to free hit now, and then you can make transfers ahead of 30. Sterling or Sancho? Sterling, yeah. Dylan, please remove Aguirre. I've watched enough memes of him on YouTube. Yeah, but you can still get something, right? No, but I might actually change some things, especially with the predicted lineup I just saw, where most people didn't favour Foden to start. So I'm going to be, prowling the internet, seeing what else I can get up for you lot. But yeah, Foden might actually, be sold again from my team. So yeah. Let's see, what else do we have? I'm going to try check Twitter, see if we get any more news. But yeah, and by the way, if you see anything, let us know in the live chat. It'd be much appreciated as well. I really... Yeah, just looking at the Foden thing and just thinking about this. Okay, so let's actually now check the transfers. And by the way, to everyone thinking, I'm not high. I literally don't smoke, okay? You can believe it or not. I don't know why I'm even saying that. But anyway, let's make some changes. So I think it makes sense. Okay, so bear with me, okay? Don't shoot the messenger. Don't get triggered. But I think I might do something like this. So Tarkowski in. Yep, too many players from Burnley. Forster or De Gea. So I do like De Gea. Let's see if I can afford him. So let's just see how things go. Sterling, yeah, I would love to have him as well. But this is going to be very tricky. Okay, so how much money? Okay, I'd be 2.2 million off. Jesus Christ. My God, my team value is awful, isn't it? Yeah, okay, so Walker Peters. Yeah, I can downgrade him to just a kind of a Marty or something. So that would be really helpful. But then I'd still be 1 million off. But yeah, based on what I've seen about Foden, I'm not sure if he starts. Alanga could be Gilmore, but that would still... I'd be 0.7 million off. So let me know, what would you do? I might actually go for Forster then. Yeah, if I can't afford De Gea, unfortunately. So Forster. Yeah, and then it's basically just Alanga. I don't know. Yeah, I might do something like this then. 4.5 million. Let's see. So which midfielders do we have here? Gordon, but he's facing City. Sissoko. Douglas Luiz isn't too bad. Brownhill, but I've already got a triple up in Burnley. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I really like this midfield, by the way. Son, Fernandes, Sterling, Mahrez. If you're asking me, I think this is the best midfield you can get. Other honourable mentions include De Bruyne, Ward-Prowse, etc. But these four look really good. Yeah, Foden is the one that I'm not sure if he's going to start. So I might go for something like this. I would like De Gea over Forster, but I don't have enough money, unfortunately. If I had enough money, De Gea would be my goalkeeper. But let me know what you guys think about this. Foster. I'm guessing you're saying Forster, right? But yeah. James Ward-Prowse for Foden then? Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah. But it's basically, if you're not sure why I'm getting rid of Foden and making some changes, is because I just showed a graphic where a lot of City fans make their predictions and a lot of them don't think Foden's going to start. And I think it makes sense anyway. Captain Bowen or Cancelo, I'd go for Cancelo. Is Spurs double up really needed? I don't think it's needed, but look at Leeds. They just conceded 6 to Liverpool and they're missing key players like Phillips, who's out until March. They're missing some centre-backs. I think, pardon the pun, Koch is missing. I think it is anyway. And a few others. So I think it's a good opportunity. And no matter how bad Spurs are, Kane and Son are 2 of the best players in the league. First time on your cast. Great. I'll be back. Thank you very much, John. It's much appreciated. Thank you very much. Is Ward-Prowse good this week? Mate, he's really good this week. I prefer Broja, but he's really good. Double attack is not worth it, says Rock and Roll. Yeah, fair enough. I can see why. I'm still going to stick with this. Pope due to the double. I like Pope a lot. You know, if I could, I'd have him and, you know, go about it a bit differently. But the reason why I'm doing this is because, let's say, for example, I go for Pope. So let's just get Pope in. And I want to have Sterling and Mahrez, etc. Then I really don't have a defence. I have Cancelo, me, and I don't have anyone else. Amati, I don't want to start. Tsimikas has a blank anyway. And I don't even have enough money to make these moves. So, yeah, I think it makes sense for me to actually go away from Pope. But it could really come back to bite you. I really like Pope this week. He's really good. But, you know, it is tough. It's really tough. You know, if you look at, you know, the double last week, 13 points, really good score. Even in Gameweek 23 as well, another double. He got 19 points. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I'm not comfortable with selling him. One thing I was doing in one of my earlier drafts was not having Broja, having Gelhardt, having Gilmore maybe, and possibly having Dallo and Livramento, something like that in my defence. But even then, what if both of them don't start? That is a possibility. So, I don't know. I really want to have Sterling, though, over Foden. I'm really keen on that. And another thing I could do is get Sancho. But, yeah, as Lewis just says, yeah, Sancho's a shout as well. Good evening to you as well, Aranya. Let me put a poll up. Actually, excuse me. And get this sorted. Alright, so we'll put a little poll out. So, okay, I don't even know how many players we're talking about here. So, Pope, yada, 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 United defender. Let's see. So let me try this with Pope, and instead of Sterling, go for Sancho. I mean, it is possible. It is possible. So we go for Sancho, we go for Elanga maybe, whatever, and then we go for Maguire again. Or yeah, no, it doesn't. Well, okay, no, you can't have full plays in Mug. Yeah, well, it'd be Elanga out, and yeah, it would just be Jacob Ramsey maybe. So yeah, there you go. So something like that. Yeah, I guess so. So Pope, United defender, and Sancho. I'm guessing this is going to win, by the way, but let's just put the poll out. Or Forster, Tarkowski, and Sterling. So this is going to be an interesting question. Which trio do you prefer? Yeah. But we're going to get back to your questions. That's the main thing. I'm just putting a poll out, and I'm going to probably make some changes here. What's your final choice for midfield? It's literally between Sancho and Sterling now, but I don't want to go with Foden. I think if there's any player I'm not sure of starting, it would be Foden. Antonio Tavecourse -4, definitely go for it, mate. Go for it. Livramento, I think he's a good choice. I'm just not sure if he's going to start. I think he will, personally. Thank you, Rock and Roll. Thank you very much. Keep Elanga, put Roberts instead of me, Tarkowski. Yeah, that's a shout as well, Maelstrom. That's a good shout, actually. Yeah. And by the way, right now, 58% are going for Pope, United defender, and Sancho. Fair enough. And I wonder which United defender people prefer. Not many people seem keen on Maguire, which I don't, I don't blame you. -4 or free hit thoughts. So what would your transfers be? Dennis De Bruyne and wait, what? So Salah, Dennis De Bruyne for -4 or free hit. So you've got Weghorst, you've got Son. Okay, so deadly for you too. If you have one free hit available, I would take the -4 and save the free hit for later. But if you have 2 free hits, you could actually just free hit and get quite a lot out of it this week. So that's my answer there. I think Broyer's a must-have this week. I don't know about must-have, but I think he's going to do well. So I want him in my team, yeah. Mate, I'm in the same situation. I don't know what I'll do. Yeah, well, it's a good thing you're watching. Obviously, much appreciate you tuning in. And I'll make a final decision as well. Yeah. Shaw or Telles? I have a feeling Telles might start, but I'm not that sure about that situation there. Sancho over Bruno, not Sterling, in my opinion. Fair enough. Yeah, I've seen some people do that as well on Twitter. Yeah. Is triple Southampton for double Gameweek 28 too much? Yes, but if you're looking at my team, I've got a double up, by the way, if I go for Forster and Broja. I don't think it's too much because James Ward-Prowse, Walker-Peters or Forster, and Broja is a good triple up. But a double up is maybe the sweet spot, if you're asking me. Yes, once again, Utsab, I would go for it. -4, yes, Weghorst in. Why don't you double on Man City's defence and go James Ward-Prowse in the middle? That's something I've considered as well, actually. And at one point I had Walker and Cancelo as my 2 defenders there. I'm not a big fan of the defences this week. So let me put your idea into test. I mean, your theory into practice. Yeah, whatever. So Walker, yes. I mean, yeah, true, actually. Yeah. Look, so yeah, that's a good point. If I were to go for this and go for Sancho, I probably would go for double City defence, and I'd rather triple up on City than United, definitely. So yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's a good shout actually. Yeah. Will Laporte start 100%? Honestly, I don't think it's 100%. He could be benched for Stones, as I just showed in the graphic. Welcome, Lamoyo. Congrats on 10k. Thank you very much, mate. And you've been a long-standing subscriber, so it's much appreciated. Why doesn't anybody prick Ronaldo? Any injuries? I can make a free hit team with Kane, Son, Ronaldo, and Fernandes. The reason why is because going for Ronaldo prevents you from going for Sterling, for De Bruyne, for Mahrez, etc., as well as the players you mentioned, and Cancelo in defence. I definitely would not have Ronaldo at the expense of a Sterling or a Cancelo. But I think Ronaldo's a good option this week. I still prefer Son long term though. What about Dalot? I think he's going to start, but it's yet again another case of I'm not sure if he will. It's just literally I think he will, and even then, you could argue unrealistic or unlikely. What's the difference between wildcarding in 27 or 28? The difference, in my opinion, is if you wildcard now, you're also going to miss out on some Chelsea players, because if I were wildcarding in 28, I'd go for Rudiger, maybe another defender, and also Ziyech. That's another possibility. Also, some players like Arsenal, Liverpool, you wouldn't really wildcard them in. You maybe go for 2 or 3 in 27, as opposed to 28 where you can go on 5 or 6. You've got doubles in 29. You've got good fixtures long term. Arsenal play in blank Gameweek 30. That, in my opinion, is the main difference between 27 and 28. So I would wildcard in 28 instead. Me, McNeil, and Weghorst, and Sanchez as goalkeeper. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. If this is not a free hit, by the way, I think it's definitely really good. On a free hit, though, I would rather go for other goalkeepers like Forster, De Gea, or Pope. And McNeil isn't really someone I'd want on a free hit. Broja or Daka free hit. I actually like the sound of Daka on a free hit over... but yeah, it's over Broja, sorry. I was thinking Dalot for some reason. Yeah, I'd go for Broja, but I like Daka too. Southampton defence or Tottenham? I'd go for Southampton, yeah. Is Cornet worth a risk to bring in? Probably not, because he's got an injury problem. He could be out for 1 game. I wouldn't bring him in. Foster to Pope, King to Broja, and Salah to Sterling for a -8. Worth it? Yes, it is worth it, mate. And as long as you get Salah back very soon, Kerwin, yes. Best 4.5 million or below non-Burnley starting defender. It's really just Livramento or Bednarek if they start. Bednarek is nailed, so he's definitely starting. But then Livramento, if he were to start, I think he's the best. And I'd also say Amati, and not necessarily for your starting 11. This is really for your bench, and he can come on if needed. And the same goes for Johnson. So to make it very short, Bednarek, Livramento if he starts, Johnson and Amati. That would be my main picks. In terms of to start in your actual team, one of those Southampton defenders or Johnson. Going to take Salah out for Son for -4, saving free hit. That's a good idea, Mark, and maybe in your situation I'd do something similar. Who to start, Davis or Jacob Ramsey? Davis or Jacob? That's a good question, actually. I'm not that sure of a Spurs clean sheet, but I think most people would go for Davis there. I actually would favour Ramsey. Yeah. Do you prefer Livramento over Dallo? Yes, but only under the assumption that he starts, and I'm not sure if either do. Sorry, didn't hear. Salah to Bruno or King to Broja, wildcarding in 28. Yeah, I mean, you're wildcarding in 28 anyway. I prefer Bruno for the upside, basically, yeah. Start Laporte or Livramento? Laporte, but yeah, if he doesn't start, then Livramento comes on anyway, if he even plays, regardless. Eduard to Jimenez or Elise to Ward-Prowse? I do... This week, I think Elise to Ward-Prowse has a lot of, upside there. Players playing wildcard... Players playing wider does well versus Norwich, so I prefer Adams. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's a good shout. Fair enough. Best captains this week: Weghorst, Bruno, and one of those Spurs attackers for sure. For me, I'm going for Weghorst. Where should you play your free hits if you plan to wildcard in 28? 30, if not 33, 36. So 2 of those 3 game weeks. Hi Dylan, I'm free hitting. I'm starting Livramento. Who should I go to have first sub, Benrek or Lamptey? First sub. I prefer Bednarek because I think Brighton, with all those injuries they have at the back, I just don't back them, really. And both Villa and Brighton have poor defences. I expect them to both concede. Lamptey has that attacking threat, but yeah, I'd probably go for Bednarek instead. Sterling and Mahrez or Foden and KDB? Sterling and Mahrez, Luke, definitely. King to Broja for -4, worth it? I think so, Callum, yeah. Southampton or United defender? I'm not sure. Maybe United. I backed them a little bit more for the clean sheet, but it's really tough. Eduard to Jimenez. Yeah, I already answered this question, Anthony. Reguilon Cucurella to Saiss or another defender for -4. Yes, I think that's fine. I'd go for it. I'd honestly go for it. If not, you can just keep it because Cucurella and Reguilon play this week and then just make a normal transfer next week. And definitely I'd go for Saiss, 8 Nuri or Cody. Is it worth a -8 for Son, Fernandes and me? Yes, it is. Mahrez and Bruno in for a -4. Sancho and KDB in for a -4 or just Bruno, KDB in one free transfer. I prefer Mahrez and Bruno out of those lot. Pope, Shaw, Sancho and a stronger bench or Forster, Tarkowski, Bruno and a weaker bench. I really like Bruno over Sancho, but I'd probably go for the first option, Ali. Yeah. Is Livramento not a sure starter? No. There's Parod, who's come back from illness. There's also Walker-Peters. No, there's no problem with Livramento. It's just he might not start because there's so much competition and he lost his place before Parod got an illness and then he lost his spot in Game Week 26 only because of the illness. Is this your second? No, it's my first free hit chip, Ryan. West Ham defenders Dawson and Creswell this week on free hit. Honestly, I wouldn't go there, Francis, but fair play. If you back them for some, goals or assists, then go for it. I'd actually like Johnson as your 5th defender, if anything. Should I sell Watkins or Dennis? Right now, I'd honestly sell Watkins. Watkins' situation, any update? I mean, he's not entirely nailed anymore. That's pretty much it. Ings is going to get minutes out of him. Watkins, when he plays, is very frustrating. Yes, Anthony, I'd go for that. 2 seat defenders plus 1 mid or 1 defender, 2 mid. I'd probably go for the 1 defender, 2 mids, if you can, yeah. But it depends because you might not be able to afford Sterling, Son, Bruno and everyone else you want. But I'd go for 2 midfielders if you can. Rodri, Jacob Ramsey or Brownhill to Saka this week? Honestly, none of them. Jacob Ramsey's decent. He's the best one long-term, Andrew. I'd rather keep Saka long-term. 5 million below midfielder for first sub. Suggestions? Jacob Ramsey or Elanga, Yorang? I'm just 1 point ahead of your rank. Yeah, it's very close this year. Very, very close. Can you do a wildcard Game Week 28 video before the next deadline? It's going to happen because a lot of people are going to be wildcarding. So yeah, there will be a wildcard video. Walker should start or is he a risk? I think he will. And most City fans that did that kind of predictions, they think that he's going to start too. You reckon Mahrez starts? I think so. Foden's the one I'm not sure about. A free hit now or Game Week 30? I would probably free hit in Game Week 30, but if you just wildcarded in 26, then that's a bit different because then it might make more sense to free hit in 27 and not free hit in 30. Salah and King to Broja and Fernandes -8 won't play free hit. That's fine, genius. That's fine. Antonio, Ramsey or Dalot this week? This week, I'd actually maybe be favouring Ramsey. I'm not sure though. I mean, I guess it makes sense to start Dalot. I'd start Dalot and have Ramsey on the bench, I guess. But then, would you really bench Antonio? I'm not sure. Force on Maddison this week. He's decent. I prefer him more so for Gameweek 30 though. To get Bruno and Sterling, is it good to play Southampton defender and Roberts? Same forwards, goalkeepers, yours? Yeah, I think it's fine, Durgesh. I think it's fine. Thoughts on Weghorst fixtures after this game week? I mean, they're decent. You know, those fixtures against Chelsea and City, you can just bench him there. Bednarek or Shaw starting? I'd probably go for Shaw, and if he doesn't, Bednarek comes on. Weghorst or Bruno captain? I'd go for Weghorst. Best made a replacement. Not me, Trent, Van Dijk or Tierney. Well, if you're looking at Game Week 28 onwards, it has to be Rudiger. But right now, a good idea would probably be Wolves defender. A like for like, yeah. Foden and Fernandes or Sancho and Sterling? I've answered this already. I think Foden and Fernandes is better so long as Foden starts, but there is a big doubt about Foden starting. That's the problem. So if you want to go for someone who's just more nailed, go for Sancho and Sterling. Force on this week, Soufan Edouard, 2-8 Nuri plus Broja instead of Weghorst. I mean, I'd still go for Weghorst, honestly, but Broja's a good choice too. He's got a double next week as well, so it makes sense why you're going for Broja, actually, yeah. Start King or Lamptey? I'd go for Lamptey this week. Which United defender should I go for? Maguire's the most nailed. But yeah, then it's just between Tellers or Shaw, depending on who starts. I honestly have no idea there. Dalot might be the best cost-effective option. Who should I bench between Antonio and Dennis? I'd bench Dennis this week, I guess, but I'm not really sure about that one. I was thinking maybe Bednarek, to be honest. Yeah, that's not a bad shout either. I'm going to try and see if there's anything else, by the way, but yeah. Yeah, I think Foden might be making his way out. So in terms of like percentages of starting, so these City fans that predict it, 59% for Foden to start. That's quite low. You know, you compare it to Silva, who's 85%, Mahrez 96%, Sterling 93%, 100% for Rodri, 85% for Walker, only 50% for Laporte, 65% for Stones, 93% for Diaz, 96% for Cancelo. Where's KDB, by the way? De Bruyne, 100%. Yeah, it's very tough, isn't it, to kind of guess this. And only like 7% for Grealish, 4% for Jesus. That's quite mad, actually, isn't it? But yeah, Foden, I don't know. It's very tough. You can never really second guess Pep, can you? Kane or Son? I prefer Son, but this week it's honestly a flip of a coin. Yeah, I already talked about this, Durgish. If you rewind the stream, I talked about the what the City fans predict and also Manchester Evening News. But yeah, Foden's kind of the big question mark, really. So that's really it. Everyone else should start except maybe Laporte. It could be Stones coming in instead. But then some people might think it's Diaz. I don't think Diaz is going to be benched, but you never know. All right, so what else do we have? And by the way, I might change this poll a little bit because it could be two United defender, or should I say, so Pope United defender and Sancho, or it could be Forster, Tarkowski and Sterling. Oh yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it? It could be Pope, City defender and Sancho. Yeah, either way, most people are voting for that anyway. Will Dalot start? I already answered this. I think he will. I can't tell you that for sure. Fernandes or Weghorst captain, Weghorst. Thoughts on Gundogan? I think he might start in place of Foden, and he could even be the false nine, but I wouldn't bring him in. Do you think Lindelof is going to start? Yes, but I'm not a big fan of him. Time to sell Bowen? I'd probably sell him next week. If you're not free hitting, then I'd sell him in 28. If guaranteed Kulusevski starting, would you go for him? No, I'd rather go for Ward-Prowse, but he's a good choice. Weghorst is my captain. Would you recommend a free hit? I have 2 left this game week as I've got King, Rafinha, Reguilon, Antonio. Yeah, I'd probably use it Genius Gamer, but you don't have to. Broja of Adams. Is Elyounoussi for release? I wouldn't go for him. I'd prefer Armstrong, Ward-Prowse, etc. I wouldn't go for him. Walker, Mahrez, Sterling, okay. I think all of them are going to start. Yeah, I think all of them are going to start. And it's definitely okay. Should I sell Robertson or Saka since I have only 10 playing players? If you can, I'd try to hold them. But yeah, I mean, I can see why you'd want to do that. Will you captain me ahead of Pope and Weghorst? No, I'm captaining Weghorst. Mahrez or Sancho? Mahrez. Me is not worth it, fair enough. I mean, the thing is, he's got a lot of attacking threat. He's facing two teams that are really weak from set pieces. That's why I like Tarkowski and Ben Mee. Weghorst in for Dominic Calvert-Lewin or Ward-Prowse in for Jota? Why not do both, Anas, for a hit? I'd probably do both. If I had to pick, it would be Weghorst in because of the double. But then Ward-Prowse, good long-term fixtures, a double in 28. They're both good. Sancho or Sterling? Sterling. Mahrez and Davis or Maguire and Gundogan? Mahrez and Davis, but I'm not a big fan of Davis. Want to get in Weghorst? Which one to transfer him in? Dennis or Jimenez? I'd rather keep Jimenez right now, Himiki. Yeah. Should I sell Gallagher? This week, I'm not sure why you'd sell him ahead of Brentford. No, not right now. Yes, it's a free hit, Team Cal. I like the team on screen better than the one before. Fair enough, Yurang. The question really is, do I go for Sterling in for Sancho? I'm guessing that's what you're saying anyway. I might go for this in the end and play Ben Mee. So how much money do I have in the bank, by the way? 0. I've got nothing left. So Pope, Ben Mee, Cancelo, Walker. The only thing really, the bad thing about this team is I've got 2 defensive double-ups and that's it. Burnley and City. If both of them don't keep a clean sheet this week, I'm kind of screwed and I'm relying on attack and returns. So there is a bit of an over-reliance there on City and Burnley to keep a clean sheet at least. Then again, it is certainly possible. I like the midfield a lot in this team and the attack is sorted. Definitely sorted. Should I sell Foden? Some saying he's not playing. That's the problem. You know, in your normal team, it's very difficult, but I maybe would sell him. It depends who you can get in though, Crypto. Son or Kulusevski? Son. Come on, Son. I might not, Mohamed. It's very tough. I might go for Sterling instead and maybe downgrade Pope to basically what you see in the poll. So Pope would become 4-star and I'd go for, what else would it be? Yeah, Tarkowski in defence. Sterling is my preference this week, Caleb. What's the most nailed City assets? De Bruyne this week, I think. Sterling and Mahrez. Personally, that's what I think. Will Diaz start? I think so, and most City fans think he will. It might be Laporte missing out. Rashford or Mahrez? Mahrez, mate, all day long. Yeah, Anthony, I already answered this question. I'd sell Bowen next week, not this week. Yeah, 27 minutes to go. I'm going to lock in very soon. Such a nice feeling with Livramento scoring this game week. Well, fair enough. I mean, if he starts, I think he could be in for a big return, but there is a risk of him starting or not. Weghorst or Sterling as captain? Weghorst for me. Antonio to Weghorst, Edouard. I'd sell Edouard right now. I mean, it's just, he's not playing at all. That's the problem. Should I risk Amati being my only bench starter or should I downgrade my Shaw to Livramento and have 2 Shaw starters? Amati. No, I mean, I'd just stick with the first one because you're not getting someone like Dallo who could do much better than Amati and Williams potentially or something like that. So I'd just go for the first one. Mahrez or Sterling? Very tough. I guess I'd go for Sterling. Yeah, thank you very much, Jay. Shaw or Bednarek? In terms of starting, I'd start Shaw and if he doesn't come on or whatever, then Bednarek will, be ready. Roberts or Cody? This week, Roberts, no doubt about it. Bench or start Watkins? It depends who you bench him for, though, Roberts. I'm not sure. I'd try not to start him right now. Yeah. A good question for you. Is it worth to get a minus for bringing on players to get points, not doing transfers to not lose points? To get a hit, is that what you're saying? To get a hit for bringing in players? It just depends, though. It depends on the quality of the player you're bringing in. Do they have a double game week? The fixture. There's so much that comes into it. So I don't think it's a simple question. Should I get one Newcastle player this week for long run and whom? Saint-Maximin when he's fit. I'm not sure if he is going to be for 27, but Saint-Maximin will be my top pick when he's available. Salah plus King to Bruno and Broja. Yeah, I'd do that. And then you can get them back in. Yeah, no, exactly, Yorang. It's right now. That's why we got a stream today. Pretty early. Yeah, what's this high thing? Honestly, I have no idea. Probably because I'm speaking a bit higher or something, or I'm a bit louder today. I don't know. No idea, mate. And to be fair, actually, I've fine-tuned the audio interface. I've made it a bit louder, so people might think I'm shouting or something. Or maybe it's just me being an idiot or something. Forster or Dubravka? Forster this week, yeah. Roberts or Tarkowski? I prefer Tarkowski just because of his aerial threat. Would you go KDB over Sterling? I'd go for Sterling. I like both, but I prefer Sterling. Dylan, you keeping Pope? This is the thing. I want to keep Pope, but in order to afford Sterling, which I really like, by the way, I might go for it. By the way, thank you to everyone for still tuning in. It's much appreciated. Let's get this stream to 200 likes. We're very close. 173 right now. we might as well get to it. So thank you very much. Let me just sort this out, by the way, a little bit. There's a little white gap. Yeah, that should be fine. There we go. Let me just sort this out. Jesus. Yeah, there we go. All right, but yeah, there could be a few changes before the deadline. Yeah, actually, I need to sort out relatives teams as well. That's the problem sometimes. You know, you put too much responsibility on yourself. I'm not Spider-Man, by the way. But anyway, let me try to fix my relatives team first before I get into mine. Because they have Foden in their free hit team and might not be the best idea to do that. So let me sort out their team quickly. So apologies. I know this sounds like a bit of a weird excuse. I'm not dodging your questions, all right? I'm not dodging them. All right, so let's get in Sancho for this person. Or maybe... it's a bit tough, isn't it? I think the team value isn't that great. Scheisser. Okay, so yeah, Walker-Peters. We can move on to maybe Tsimikas. And yeah, we'll go for Walker in defense, actually. Maybe something like that. Yeah. Walker. Let's see, actually. So could they go for... If they can afford this, I might go for this instead for them. So Forster in goal. Sterling in for Sancho. Ooh, okay. But instead of Walker, 4.8 million, it could go for Walker-Peters. I think she'd probably prefer... Yeah. I think you'd... Walker-Peters... Walker-Peters, Benmy. Oh, exactly enough money for this. Oh, mamma mia. Oh, no. Jesus. Yeah, I'd go for Tarkowski. Double Burnley defense. Mamma mia. All right, bear with me a second. I'm almost finished this team. Oh, he's 0.1 million off from this. Jesus Christ. I don't even know what other compromise I can make here. Oh, bloody hell. I might go... Instead of Tarkowski, maybe go for Roberts. I don't know, that's just... Jesus. Really? 0.1 million off this. This would be great. Their team would be absolutely sorted. Damn it. My God. KDB or Sterling? Sterling's my preference. Will Sterling play? I think so. Honestly, look. I'm just giving my opinion here. I think Sterling will play. A lot of City fans think he will, but... You have to own your decision there. If you're not keeping Pope, force on De Gea. De Gea will be my ideal replacement for Pope. The problem is I can't afford him with my other ideas in mind, Mark. But yes, De Gea would be top of the list. Ward-Prowse or Bowen? This week, Ward-Prowse. But would you get rid of Bowen right now? Probably not for me. All right, let me try to sort out this team. Because the site could crash, by the way. Especially with a lot of people free hitting now. You know, around 6 p.m. UK time. Try to lock in your free hit as soon as possible. Trust me. It could be... a disaster like it was around, was it double game week something 22? I can't remember, but it was absolutely awful. The site crashed. I couldn't make transfers myself, and yeah, I was crying for a little bit. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna have to make a decision here and help this team out. So mamma mia. Yeah, we'll go for Sterling for them, and maybe instead of Tarkowski go for Roberts. Okay, let's just go for it. Roberts as it is, and there we go. This should be it. Cancelo, Robertson, Ben Mee, Forster in goal. Yeah, okay, we'll go for this. Pope out for Forster, Maguire out for Tsimikas, Walker-Peters out for Roberts, and Foden out for Sterling. Yeah, that looks good. Let me just sort out the team for them. Roberts in the starting 11. For who? Yeah, Tsimikas, obviously. And yeah, there we go. That should be good. I think their team is sorted. Okay, I don't have to worry about that now. Now I can worry about my team. All right, so there we go. Save the team. Captain Weghorst, Kane vice-captain. There we go. All right, the team I was just talking about was a relatives team that I was just tinkering now, helping them out with their free hit. But now this is back to my team. All right, so yeah, bring on the questions. Yeah, I was only joking, Mohammed, but it's up to you to interpret it the way you want. Loa Ramsey, he won't start anyways. You don't think Ramsey's going to start? That's interesting. Broja or Ward-Prowse? I prefer Broja, but Ward-Prowse is a great choice. Broja, COVID, reliable source. Oh, don't do this to me now. Really? Let me check. Who are you captain? Weghorst. I'll show my team, my locked-in team very soon. Once I lock it in, obviously. Let me check this Broja stuff. Okay, so what is this reliable source that said it? So Broja, COVID. Let me type that in. What comes up? I don't see anything. But if anyone does see the source, put it in the chat. Yeah, hopefully it's not a troll. Actually, I prefer it being a troll than it being true. It'd be a big shame if he actually has COVID. Is Roberts fine? Yeah, I think so. James, literally in the team I just edited, I put Roberts in for Tarkowski. Yeah, it's fine. I bet you wish you could sort your team that fast. Yeah, this is the thing though. Like, I've made some very good decisions for other people, but not for myself, because basically I just trust my instincts and I go with my gut and I'm like, you know what, just go for this and that's it. So you don't think of it as that much and then you actually make the better decision. But yeah. Good luck to you as well, John. Thank you for tuning in. Ericsson debut this game week? Potentially, but I wouldn't go for him. Not right now. Too much of a risk. Captain Coutinho, Broja, Cancelo, me, Rafinha, Bowen. I'd honestly go for Cancelo or Broja. I mean, do not underestimate Bowen. It's between Bowen, Cancelo, and Broja. Thank you, James. Much appreciated. Bruno or City mid? I prefer Bruno, but, you know, Sterling and Mahrez are fantastic this week. You could argue they're better. Always the same, bud. Yeah. I don't know. It's very tough. I mean, if you look at this poll, it's identical. So Pope, United defender, and Sancho is winning just about over Forster, Tarkowski, and Sterling. I'm very, very tempted. I'll be honest. I'm very tempted to actually downgrade Pope and go for Sterling in midfield. I really like double City attack this week. So I'm going to be checking Twitter. That's what literally I'm doing right now, seeing if I can get any extra news, but we probably won't get anything. As for the Broja COVID news, it's just probably what someone said. I don't think it's actually true, but you never know. Captain Ronaldo, Bruno. I prefer Bruno. Better recent form, more goals for a goal and a clean sheet. Not confident about this game week? Yeah, I mean, I definitely wouldn't be if I didn't free hit. Good luck to you as well, Wei Seng, and hopefully you do well. Let's see. So nothing on Twitter right now. No, I don't see anything. Yeah, no. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, I don't see anything. Yeah, that's pretty much what I think, Rodriv, yeah. Do you think Elanga starts? Yes, I think he might start over Rashford. You know, Ranić was talking a lot about Elanga's mentality and his work ethic the other day. I think there's a good chance he'll start. I still prefer Sancho, but I can see what you mean there. I can see what you mean. Saka to Coutinho or Ramsey? Maybe Coutinho, but there's not much in it. I think Ramsey might offer better value, if anything. If I was free hit, I would take Sterling, to be honest. Yeah, same. I really want Sterling. That's the thing. But downgrading Pope, the other alternative is to downgrade Bruno to Sancho, but I'm not sure about that. Joe Willock, a good option, yes. From 28 and 29, even 27, you could argue against Brentford. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Yeah, that's a good shout actually. Willock's a decent one. This game will depend 100% on luck. I think so. A lot of 50-50 decisions. Do you go for Livramento? Is he going to start? And that's out of your hands completely. You know, Sterling, City rotation, Pep Roulette. Yeah. I've tripled on Burnley players. Hope that I'm safe. Good luck to you, Hristov. And yeah, you should be fine. You know, you should be fine. That's what we will say. But yeah. Maguire and Johnson or Dallo and Kyle Walker-Peters? I actually prefer Dallo and Kyle Walker-Peters, Golden Boys, yeah. Do you think Kyle Walker-Peters starts? Yes. I think he's actually the most nailed of the Southampton fullbacks, and if anything, it could be Parod or Livramento. That could be the big problem there. Livramento or Dallo? I prefer Livramento, but I'm not sure if he starts. You could even say the same about Dallo, but I'd probably go for Livramento over Dallo. In terms of the other kind of United versus Southampton players, I prefer United. I think they're a bit more likely to get a clean sheet, but I like Livramento's chances of a clean sheet, or even attack and return, should I say. You could do Son to Kulusevski. I would not get rid of Son, honestly. It's a good suggestion, and I appreciate it, but there's no chance I'm getting rid of Son. I'm going with Che Adams and Broja. I don't know. I just have a feeling. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about. Don't just follow the crowd. If you think a certain player is going to do better than someone else, go for him. You know, don't just copy others. And obviously, that's really good. And hopefully, you do well. Your team looks perfect. Good luck to you. Thank you very much. I mean, I might go for something else instead. Yeah, and go for Sterling. I really want Sterling, if I'm being honest. But yeah, it's going to be tough. Thank you, Katun. And yeah, we try our best to answer all the questions. Sancho or Son? Son, mate. Honestly, Patel, I'd go for Son. Thank you, Golden Boys. Livramento place is nailed. You think it's nailed? Okay, need a one sub defender suggestion. Someone cheap. Johnson. He should start. You could also consider Bednarek. Both nailed players. Honestly, look, Alvin, it's up to you. I'm gone for Weghorst. Better option on free hit, KDB plus Sancho or Raz and Bruno? Raz and Bruno. I like both, but yeah. Who should I start? Kyle Walker-Peters or Dalot? Oh, that's tough. I think I'd still go for Dalot just in case, but he sometimes comes on for 1-pointers. That's the problem. Kyle Walker-Peters is definitely more nailed. When with Lindelof and Forster with Sterling, I don't trust Burnley defence and brought Tarkowski just for the set pieces. Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah. The thing is, though, I just went over it with Pope. The last 2 double game weeks he's had, I mean, just look at this. In game week 23, 19 points against Arsenal and Watford. And in 26, he got 13 points against Brighton and Tottenham. You know, he's a bit of a double game week machine, this guy. 7 clean sheets this season, 8 bonus points. You look at Ben Mee, he only picked up his first set of bonus points against Tottenham with that goal. 3 bonus points. I think Roberts has got 3. He's only played recently, though. And then you've got Tarkowski, who's got 4 bonus points. It's tough. I see what you mean, though. And that's a good way of not missing out on whoever scores between Ben Mee and Tarkowski. So, yeah. You reckon Walker will start? I think so, Arjun, yeah. Bednarek or Walker? Walker, yeah. Is this... Oh, Walker-Peters. If it's Walker-Peters, I prefer Walker-Peters anyway, yeah. Is it not wiser to go for double United this week than double City as Watford have shipped for against Palace? But I think they'll sit back and frustrate United at times. I mean, United aren't a great team. And also Everton. Everton are one of the worst teams this season. City are the best team in the land. So, look, you can argue it both ways. I see what you mean, though. Webster to Peters for a -4. I prefer Roberts, if you can, Jack. Captain Mahrez or Weghorst. I prefer Weghorst. Both are good. Yeah, okay. Don't need to put in capitals, right? Calm down. All right, I already answered the question. Mistaken. Broja not starting. I haven't seen anything about this. Obviously, someone else. Maybe it was you. Okay, yeah. Sorry. Bye-bye, spammer. So, yeah. In terms of Broja, I haven't seen any news about him having COVID or whatever. Or anything like that. I'm checking as well. Let me check the latest tweet, see what's happening here. No, I don't see anything about Broja. I don't know if people are just trolling, but yeah. And also be very careful in terms of the sources you use. By the way, it's 12 minutes left. Try to lock in your teams very soon. Bernardo or Gundogan? I prefer Gundogan if he starts. That's the thing. Yeah, Thomas, I did not skip your question, mate, honestly. What can I say? Cancelo, Mahrez or Walker, Sterling? I prefer Cancelo, Mahrez. Pope for Sanchez -4? I think it's worth it, yeah. Captain Kane or Weghorst? Weghorst, mate. It's up to you, though. Which Man City players are most likely to play? I think De Bruyne, Sterling, Mahrez, Cancelo. I think Diaz and Walker. Edison, of course, is another one. So, Broja or Sancho? I try not to bench either of them, mate. Maybe Broja in your case, but I wouldn't do that. So, I'm going to lock in my team right now. So, it really is just a question of double City defense or go for double attack and then downgrade Pope and go about it a different way. This team is so reliant on Burnley and City clean sheets. I mean, yeah, City have the best defense, Burnley have a double game week, but it's not as simple as that, I think. So, I might go a bit against the grain and downgrade Pope in order to get the team I want. So yeah, it's a difficult one this week. I like Pope. I think he's the best goalkeeper this week, but you could make a case for going for Ben Mee and Tarkowski instead. It's a very difficult one this week, yeah. You know what? I think, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do this, okay? You can let me know what you guys think. And I know it's not the most popular choice if you look at the poll. I think the other choice actually won. I'm going to go for this. And it's what I did for my relatives team as well. So we're actually going to get rid of Pope. We're going to go for Forster. If it was De Gea, you know, I'd love to have De Gea. I don't have enough money though. And then, yeah, I mean, look, Sanchez is also a great option. Maybe I'm missing out here. I'm going to go for Sterling. I really like Sterling this week. So, yeah, wait, what was the... Oh, yeah, I have to get rid of Ramsey. So, yeah, Ramsey out. And, yeah, 4.5 million midfielder. We'll just go for... yeah, I mean, I don't even know. In terms of the 4.5 millions, I'm not a big fan. Maybe Douglas Luiz, and that's it. I think I'll just go for Douglas Luiz or something. Not really a big fan of this. Yeah, I think I'm going to go for something like this. My bench will be very weak. That's the problem. And let's say if Sterling actually misses out, then this is very risky. That's the problem with this team. And a Marty could come on. That would be awful. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing this. Why double City defense instead of... Yo, that's exactly the thing. I prefer double City attack. The reason why I was actually thinking about City double defense, and it's still a really good option, is because they have the best defense, and I don't trust United or Southampton defensively. That's really why. Is it an issue to go with only Son and not Kane? On a free hit, yes. I think in your normal team it makes sense. Get Gordon. Yeah, but he's facing City. That's why I'm not going for Gordon. But it's a good shout. Everyone on my bench blanks. Is that bad? As long as you have an 11 and most of them are nailed, you should be fine, Vic, honestly. Either 3-5-2 and play Ericsson or play 3-4-3 and play Broja. Broja, mate. Honestly, Addy. Double C defense is a lot. I think Everton at home is going to score. Yeah, I prefer the attack anyway. I want to go for Sterling, so I'm going to go for this. Unfortunately, I can't get Pope as well, and I can't get De Gea. It would be ideal if I could get De Gea and maybe a better bench player like Jacob Ramsey, for example, instead of Douglas Luiz. I think I'm going to go for this, honestly. So it could end up being the wrong choice, but I really want Sterling. I like this midfield, and the defense looks pretty good. So I think I'm going to go for this. So yeah, some late changes. You can see it here. Forster is in goal. I don't really back him for a clean sheet, but I don't have another choice. Yeah, I think Weghorst. I could arguably vice captain one of my Burnley defenders, but it doesn't really matter. I think I'm going to go for this. And Douglas Luiz or Amati first sub. I might just go for this. Let me know, by the way. Would you go for Amati or Douglas Luiz first sub? I think I'm just going to keep things as they are. Foden to Sterling. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've done. I would do that. Sterling's my preference. I agree with your move. Fair enough. Thank you, Gavin. I appreciate the feedback. Bruno and Sterling for Bowen and Salah. Thoughts? Yes. And you can always bring Salah back in next week. A lot of people are saying Gordon. Fair enough. Yeah. He is the best besides Jacob Ramsey and Alanga this week. Out of the options available, yeah, around that price. Yeah, I agree. It's just he's facing City. That's the problem. Why not downgrade Tarkowski to Roberts or Peters or someone? Yeah, Roberts is a shout, and then I could upgrade one of my bench players. That is a good shout. The reason why I've gone for Tarkowski and me is because I think both of them have the best chance of scoring from Burnley defence. They're facing two teams that are really poor from set pieces, so I think it's a good choice. Douglas Luiz says Aiden. Okay, fair enough. Sterling, Lamptey, Alanga, or KDB, Amati, Gilmore. Says Addy, I'd honestly go for Sterling, Lamptey and Alanga, but both are fine. Why not Sancho for Bruno and strengthen your bench? Look, that's also another thing, yeah. Look, Sancho could match or outscore Bruno, but I really like Bruno this week, so I don't want to get rid of him. My team is Pope, me, Cancelo, Maguire, Mahrez, Sterling, Sancho, Son, Weghorst, Kane, Broja. What should I do? That's your free hit team, right? That's fine. That's absolutely fine. You've got nailed defenders on there. Your midfield looks really good. I really like Bruno Fernandes over Sancho, but you can't really find a viable way of doing it. So that's fine. With 0.8 million, what you could consider is maybe going for Bednarek or maybe for Walker Peters, Livramento, etc. for Amati or Tsimikas. That's what you could do. Why do you take out Walker? It's because I want Sterling. That's literally the main reason. I don't think Walker's a bad choice. Yeah, I'm using free hits here, yeah. Best of luck to you as well, Rodrev, and to Addy. Good luck to you as well, Emma. Thank you very much. Webster for Tarkowski from -8. I think it's worth it, Sean. Yeah, it's worth a hit. Pope is going to save a penalty. Don't say that. If he does, I'm actually going to be kicking myself. Yeah, 6 minutes to lock in, everyone. Yeah. Lock in as soon as you can. I'm telling you, the site could crash. Who out for next week? Watkins, King, Cornet, Laporte. -4 is okay. Who out for next week? For next week, I mean, I probably would go for Cornet out, maybe. Yeah. I'm not really a big fan right now. Swap Cancelo for Walker, mate, to bring back Pope. I'm not getting rid of Cancelo, no chance, but it's a good suggestion. I accidentally activated my wildcard. Do you have any advice? I try to get a good balance. So get some Arsenal and Liverpool players in there. So Trent and Salah, maybe an Arsenal player like Saka, and then try to, build your team for 27. So it's very difficult. This is the thing. Wildcarding this week is very, very frustrating because it's very difficult to navigate all of this. But what I would probably do is go for Ramsdale and maybe Nick Pope or Forster, something like that. And go for Cancelo, have Trent, go for a Burnley defender at least, go for Weghorst. And in midfield, definitely go for Son. Go for Son. He's a great long-term option. And Broja. The rest is completely up to you. And try to do a hybrid between Gameweek 26 wildcard team. Check my team out as well. And also what you'd want in 27. But it's very difficult. Yeah, 5 minutes to lock in. Yeah, lock it in. Now 4 minutes. Son or Ronaldo captain? I prefer Son. Should I captain Pope instead of Weghorst? I don't think that's a bad shout, actually. But I would go for Weghorst. I really don't like going without Pope, I'll be honest. But yeah. Best of luck to you as well. Yeah. Livramento or Kyle Walker-Peters. he's more nailed, Kyle Walker-Peters, but if Livramento starts, I prefer him. But because of that big doubt, maybe Walker-Peters is just a safer pick and go for him. Yep. Forson Havertz, Ziyech punt next week. I like Ziyech. He's looking really good recently, but he picked up an injury in Champions League, so keep an eye on it. Rudiger's the main guy from Chelsea. Sterling or Bruno? This week you could argue Sterling, but I still prefer Bruno. I already answered that, Ahmed. Thank you, Ben. It's Robertson, Bruno, or me and Sancho? Robertson, Bruno, if you can, yeah. Livramento, Kyle Walker-Peters. Oh, look, I just go for Livramento. Just bear in mind there's a big rotation risk. Southampton clean sheet. I'm not that sure of it. I've just got Forster in there to be able to get Sterling, and that's literally it. If I could, I'd go for De Gea, honestly. Sorry, I meant Sterling or KDB. I prefer Sterling right now. Pogba's differential over Bruno will work wonders. Good luck, Goldhead. I mean, Pogba's been good recently. Mio Tarkovsky. I talked about this earlier, mate. It's 50-50. There's nothing to separate them. I actually preferred Tarkovsky more so last week, but looking at the underlying numbers and also Tarkovsky having COVID recently, maybe me, just about. It's 50-50, honestly. Yeah, I think Roberts is fine. Louis, yeah, or Lewy. Would you go Rodrigo over Dennis for a punt on a wild card? Miss me twice. Yeah, honestly, I'm not missing questions on purpose. It's just there's so many comments. In terms of Dennis or Rodrigo, I'd still go for Dennis. Not a big fan of either though right now. Force an Arsenal defence after recent games. They just concede some very late goals and some very fluky ones. Some individual errors. They're one of the best defences in the league, but I'm not a big fan of doubling up on them, and I have one myself. But yeah, it's decent. Thank you, Simon, for the super chat. Much appreciated, mate. On a free hit, Bednarek, starting 11 with Ramsey, first bench, or Kyle Walker-Peters, starting 11 with Amati, Allen, first bench? That's a great question. I mean, the Bednarek-Ramsey one's the safest one. It gives you the most squad depth, gives you most flexibility, but I prefer Kyle Walker-Peters over Bednarek. Having said that, you never know. What if Bednarek scores a goal? I'd just go for Bednarek and Ramsey. I would rather have a decent option on the bench if you can, so I would do that. Yeah, 2 minutes to go. I'm going to captain Pope. Good luck, mate. I mean, that could be really good. I wish I had Pope as well as Sterling and everything else. I wish I had it. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. Best goalkeepers other than Pope. This week, De Gea and Forster, I think, yeah. De Gea is probably the best. How can we pick you? What position do you... Oh, pick me, yeah. Well, my best position, I'd say, was goalkeeper, but I mainly played, ages ago. We're talking about primary school days. I was much better then. So yeah, I'd say goalkeeper. Outfield, I mean, I played up front. That was my first position. Left back, centre back, DM, all over the pitch, mate. But goalkeeper, it would be my best one. And even though I'd say quite short for that position. Start Broja or Ward-Prowse. I prefer Broja, but Ward-Prowse is excellent too. Dallo and Livramento or Maguire and Johnson? Dallo and Livramento, Aiden, yeah. Who would you choose between Ramsdale and Sarr from now on? Ramsdale, despite Sarr's double. I like both of them, though. Both great. Elanga over Pogba? Yes, I like that. Yes, and I would have gone for Elanga on my bench if I could, but I don't have enough money. So let me just check. I've got 0.1 million in the bank, yeah. So Marty, Douglas Luiz, yeah. Oh my God. I might go for Douglas Luiz first bench. It doesn't really matter though, does it? But yeah, I mean, whatever. Do I have enough time to save? Yep. Okay. So there we go. As you can see, we are locked in pretty much. Yep, locked in now. I made some late changes. I got Forster in. Forster. Bloody hell. Who would have thought I'd bring in Forster for it? But look, 2 good returns recently. Me like. And yeah. Let's just see what happens. I've gone for Ben Mee and Tarkovsky. Downgraded Pope to get Sterling in midfield. There's nothing wrong with getting Sancho in and, downgrading Bruno instead, but I've gone for this. I didn't want to downgrade Cancelo or make compromises there. Same with Kane. I've gone for this. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I saw some, rumours of Broja. I don't really trust it. I didn't see anyone mention it. But yeah, we're locked in now. What else do we have? So, great chat, mate. Thank you, Haroon. Thank you for tuning in. What should I do with Dallo? Will he start? I would start Dallo, but the problem with him is he could come on for a 1-pointer. That's the problem. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, we're locked in, Rodrev. Yeah, locked in, Abhishek. You watching the game later? Yes, I probably will. Locked in, yes. Great stream. Thank you very much, Mark. Good luck to you as well. Thank you to everyone else. Good luck to everyone watching. If you haven't already, you know the drill. Smash the like button and subscribe for new. And I'm going to reveal the results of the poll. So thank you to everyone for voting. In the first poll, we had over like 800 people voting, which is extraordinary. So thank you very much. In this one, 350, and 52% of you went with Pope, United Defender, and Sancho over what I ended up doing, which is Forster, Tarkowski, and Sterling. This is exactly my team. Yeah. With more money in the bank, I would have gone for Pope instead of Forster, and then possibly a United defender in for one of the Burnley defenders, yeah. Yeah, good luck to you as well, Mohammed. See you on the next... Okay, that was very cringe. On the next video stream. I don't think see or sue. I don't think that's that cringe, but the way I said it with see you, I sound like an idiot. Locked in, De Gea, me, Cancelo, Tarkowski, Sterling, Mahrez, Bruno, Son, Verkos, Broja, Kane, MacArthur, Johnson, Amati on the bench. That's a good team, Yarang, and yeah, that's good. That's good. I couldn't do my transfer. Well, maybe that's a blessing in disguise, Hamza. Maybe. How do you feel about UCL Fantasy last game week? It was alright. It was not that great. I actually got a red arrow to around 1.8k. But yeah, I mean, some things happen like Lewandowski blanking. You got to take it sometimes. Haller scoring an own goal was funny. Broja is in the group. They just arrived at St. Mary's. Yeah, I don't know why people were talking about that. That's why you can't trust some people and sources. Nice move. Downgrade Pope to get Tarkowski. I also prefer Bruno over James Ward-Prowse. Livermore on the bench. Sub for me and Tarkowski. Good luck, mate. Yeah, you got squad depth there. I don't. That's the problem with my team. But yeah, thank you, Alan, for your feedback, and good luck this game week. Hopefully you do well. I checked and could not find anything about Broja. Same here. Sometimes people, comment stuff, for attention, or maybe they see something from a source and it's just completely unreliable. Took a big risk. Elise, Saka, and 8 Nuri to Mahrez, James Ward-Prowse, and Roberts. I like those moves, Sidindra. I like them. 8 Nuri is good long term though. That's what I would say, and Saka as well. I could have gone Pope, but didn't want to. Wanted me on Tarkowski. That's the thing as well. I really want Weghorst. I had him already anyway. But also, me and Tarkowski, people say, who's going to score? Who's going to, who do you prefer? It's literally 50-50. Both of them could score, or one of them, and you just don't know who it's going to be. So, yeah, I can see what you mean there. Now let's talk F1. Are you going off? Yeah, I'll stay on for a little bit more. My voice is gone, though. That's what I would say. My favourite team is Arsenal. Argentina as well, national team-wise. That's technically my favourite team, but Arsenal in the Premier League, yeah. It's my local team. I don't know what I was thinking. I like the transfer for this week, Sidindra. And if you're wildcarding in 28, it makes sense. But 8 Nuri and Saka for me are great long term. Force on Bednarek, I think he's fine. He's the most nailed Southampton defender, you could argue. Yeah, he's decent. Logged in, basically same as you, but I have Sancho instead of Sterling and a stronger bench. Yeah, I mean, that might be a better thing. And if Sterling gets benched, I'm in the mud, basically. So that's fine. There's a good chance none of them will score. Yeah, that's also a possibility as well, but I fancy one of them to get a goal. I don't know who it's going to be, though. F1 watch-alongs, I don't know. We technically did stuff like that last year, but I didn't watch it, if you know what I mean. So people would be like, oh, Verstappen just passed Bottas and Hamilton at the start of Mexico. And I'm literally just answering people's questions on the chat. Maybe, I'm not going to say no, there's always a possibility, but this is a football and FPL channel, so right now it's looking unlikely, but you never know. Favourite team in Spain? I like Valencia. I like the place. I've been there. I like the club, the history, the players they've had, like Aymar, Kempes and other stuff, but I wouldn't say I have a favourite team, but I guess I have a little soft spot for Valencia, yeah. Last second captain I've gone for Mahrez. Good luck, mate. Hopefully he does well for you. Yeah, that's true, Yarang. Yeah, I can see what you mean. If you look at it logically, it's not like they have 5 goals this season. They've got like 1 and 3, so I see what you mean. I have the same team as you, except Alanga and Johnson on the bench. You have squad depth, and I wish I had it. People compare them like Van Dijk versus Rudiger. Let me just see what... Oh, yeah, I'm probably completely baffled. I was trying to see the correlation, but anyway, yeah. Yeah, I'm probably just being stupid, aren't I? Will wildcard in Game Week 28, so early transfer is a good idea to beat the price rise? Oh, yeah. If you're wildcarding in 28, you're set on it, then yes, definitely do it early. Yes, I mean, the Argentinian League, I watched it a lot a few years ago. Now, not so much, but yes, I do sometimes tune in. In Argentina, who's the best of all time? Well... Most people think Maradona, but it's kind of a generational thing. So most people right now would say, oh, they're both the best, like me. or Messi. If you look at it statistically and logically, like consistency, who's been the best for the longest period of time, it is Messi. But Maradona's peak, in my opinion, is just as good as Messi. Yes, he might not have been as good of a goal scorer, but that World Cup performance in '86, I think, is the best of any player in history, in any competition. You know, for 5 goals and 5 assists in a World Cup, you know, in the big stage against Germany getting an assist, against England scoring 2 of the best goals of all time, you know, it's incredible. But yeah, I think after the Copa America win, more people like Messi just as much, if not more. They're both fan favourites though. Yeah. Favourite F1 driver right now? This is probably going to piss some people off, but Verstappen. He made last season interesting. I like his driving style. It reminds me of Schumacher. Has to be Verstappen. I'm going to get a lot of flack for that, but it's literally what I think. I love Fernando Alonso. Vettel was obviously, you know, one of the greatest of all time as well. Alonso is very underrated. He just doesn't have the machinery. Who else? Out of the other ones, maybe I like Leclerc, and I think he could do really well this year. Ferrari have a good chance. But yeah, my favourite is probably Verstappen right now, yeah. Thoughts on the second leg of 16 UCL, who's going through? I need to check once again, like, the fixtures and stuff, just to see how it all lies under, but let me get this up on screen. So yeah, some quite different questions on the chat, which obviously I appreciate as well. Something different, you know what I mean? By the way, this hasn't felt like it's been going on for 2 hours. Like, I mean, maybe I'm speaking for myself, not for everyone, but these last 2 hours and we started at around 4:20. It's literally been a blast. So yeah, thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Jesus, start your sentences. All right, so Bayern Salzburg. Yeah, Bayern I think will win. They'll probably win by 3. Still, Salzburg gave them a good game though in the first leg. Bayern were lucky to get the draw. Liverpool-Inter, I think it'll be like a standard win by 1 or 2 goals by Liverpool. City Sporting, yeah, they're going to go through basically. Madrid-PSG. Now, I think PSG are going to go through, but do not discount Madrid. It's only 1-0, and it really should have been 2 or 3. PSG were good in the first game. Courtois made so many saves. If PSG play like that more often, and if Messi can get his shooting boots on, then I back PSG to go all the way. But that's really big ifs. PSG are such a inconsistent team. And I think just a few days later against Nantes, they were 3-0 down. They ended up losing 3-1. Neymar missed a penalty. But yeah, I think PSG will go through. Man United Atletico, I think United will go through. I thought they'd win the first leg after I saw the Paul, Griezmann and Suarez on the bench. I think United will go through. Ajax Benfica, I still think Ajax will go through, but Benfica gave them a really good game. Juventus Villarreal, I think Juventus will go through, but only just. Chelsea Lille, Chelsea will go through. They'll probably keep another clean sheet, if anything. So yeah, those are my predictions. Let me know what you guys think. How many chips do you have left? Well, I've used my wildcard in 26 and my free hit in 27, so I have 1 free hit left and a bench boost. That's pretty much it, actually. And the triple captaincy. Don't forget that. What else is there? So I went for Foden and Mara is good. Yes, but there is a risk of Foden not starting. Let's wait and see what happens. So the Manchester Evening News think Foden will start, but most City fans don't. Salah captain for me. He's Salah. He might do something even if it's a blank. Fair enough. No, I don't play Argentinian Fantasy League. I wasn't aware there was one. Forced a free hit at the last minute. Pope, me, Cancelo, Walker, Peters, Sasharia. Yeah, that's a good team. And you've got a good bench as well to compensate. Yeah, you got Maguire on the bench as well. You've got a lot of depth. So yeah, you don't have Sterling, do you? I don't know how much team value you have, but I probably would have tried to find a way to get Sterling in. But yeah, I don't think you could have actually. Yeah, maybe downgrade some players on your bench. But yeah, that's fine. That's a good team, honestly. Team value definitely helps with the free hit or possibly even the wild card. I can't fit in the likes of Kane, Kevin De Bruyne, Son and Fernandes. Of course, not having to own the likes of Trent helps. Yeah, team value is important, but I wouldn't prioritize it, if you know what I mean. Because people sometimes become so obsessed with beating the price rise that they take massive hits and then, COVID, suspension, something else happens, or an injury. Do you think Argentina winning the World Cup is realistic? I think you asked me this before. I think Argentina have a great chance, but there's still France, there's still... I don't know about Belgium. There's also a thing about history in terms of nations where, I think only 9 nations have won it. That plays a big part. It's very difficult for a new team to win it. But Belgium, yeah, they've got a good team. I think Italy, if they qualify, they've got a good chance. You've got Brazil, they always turn up in the World Cups. Germany, they're improving under Hansi Flick. But I think Argentina are probably the best in South America right now. I think they have the best chance from that continent, but never out of Brazil. I think those nations I mentioned, Spain, really good. England still have a chance, although probably a bit less than the rest. But yeah, I think there's plenty of teams. It's going to be quite open. I don't think there's a standout. Sainz first win incoming. Yeah, I think that's possible, Robin. Yeah. Hat season at Napoli, no player will ever replicate. Suarez has come closest for me when he was at Liverpool. Are you talking about Maradona Goldhead? Yeah, I'm probably a bit behind in the chat. Yes, I love Leclerc, my G. Like, I'll be honest, he's not my favourite, but besides Verstappen and the kind of old school, ones like obviously Raikkonen just retired, Vettel and Alonso, Leclerc would be one of my favourites. Honestly, look, people might disagree with me. I don't really like Russell. I mean, it's just kind of a personal thing. I just don't like him. And I saw something he posted about Williams and stuff. He just seemed like ungrateful, but that's just my opinion. All the British people probably, have at it, but yeah. Had Sterling Tool before the deadline, but I backed my gut and went for double United at home against a poor defence. Yeah, fair enough, Arenya. I think there's a good argument to go for Sancho instead, but I really like Sterling this week. You might have made the right decision. You've got to back your gut in these cases. Everton can be frustrating too. Yes, they can. Carabao Cup winner? I mean, I would say Liverpool, but I don't know. Chelsea, it's going to be tough. It's 50-50. I think Liverpool have the better team, so I'll back them. But yeah, Chelsea are a cup team. They're very good in the cups. Benfica underrated? Yes, but they have been very poor in recent months in the league. Champions League winner? I think it's City or Liverpool. Because I look at the rest, and Bayern, their defence is awful. I don't back them. Bayern don't really fill me with confidence this year. They also get some random losses in the Bundesliga. They get thrashed by Bochum and stuff like that. PSG, I think if Messi clicks, look, he's playing well, but if he can get those goals as well, and Pochettino isn't woke, he plays Di Maria and he plays the front three, I think PSG have a great chance. They'd be like my third pick, but right now, City and Liverpool for me are the two best teams in the world. Why do you choose Forster over Pope? It's to afford Sterling, that's literally it. And also to get Tarkovsky and me. What's your opinion on Man United? Why are they such a good team on paper, but crap most of the time? Look, so there's always this thing about the managers, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ranić, and yes, they're not really good enough, but come on, you also had Mourinho, you had Van Gaal, all these managers since Ferguson retired. I think the players have to take blame. I think a lot of the players are just average or not good enough. Even Ronaldo, obviously he's not average, don't call him average, but he's not what he used to be. And then you look at Maguire, captain. Come on, that's already a big red flag. But it's not just the players. It all stems from the board. It's kind of similar with Arsenal. Just stagnating and declining for the last 15 years. The board, it all comes from the board. Then you have these average players, awful recruitment. All of these things intertwine with each other. It's literally the entire core of the club. So the managers aren't good enough, but I think they're kind of the least or the lowest of the issues. I already answered that question. Will you play F1 Fantasy this season? Yeah, you know what? I might give it a go. I don't think I'll make videos on it, but I might give it a go. You're not British? Well, I am technically British. Basically, I have two passports. Let's just make it clear there. Wait, what? Wait, Mark says 50-50. I had to laugh at that comment. It's 50-50. Wait, let me know what you're on about. But yeah, as for Mohammed, yeah, so I am British and Argentinian, basically, yeah. In football, though, I don't support England, okay? Kind of just saying, I don't support them. 102.2 team values are absolutely abysmal. No chance of getting Sterling. Yeah, mine is 103.2 million. So yeah, I see what you mean. It makes sense what you did there. Serbia looking sharp. Not to win the World Cup, though. Surely not. But they could do well, yeah. They obviously pipped Portugal to first place in their group. Van Dijk for James next week. I prefer Robertson if you can afford it. And I wouldn't go for Van Dijk. Yeah, I'm talking about Maradona. Not a single player's carried a team solo like he did in Naples. Yeah, I get what you mean. Because even Messi, when he was at Barca, he had a Xavi, an Iniesta, or a Neymar, or a Suarez. Although, you could argue, in recent years, when Messi won Ballon d'Ors, he didn't have anyone. He literally carried Barcelona. Like, last year in La Liga, I mean, yeah, Barcelona finished third. But if you break it down, they were in the title race until the last 2 or 3 games in the season. Then you have Lenglet conceding penalties, and Messi would score in a game. They draw 1-1. Honestly, I'm telling you, Messi carried Barcelona so much since, I'd say, 2017. But yeah, I get what you mean. I think Maradona in that season was unplayable. And for Argentina, he was incredible. And Argentina had a good team overall, but he was the difference maker because the rest were kind of solid players. Some of them were world class, but not that many were. He was the main difference there. Thoughts on Barcelona, Alba? I mean, they've improved a lot in the last month or two. Aubameyang scored a great goal yesterday, I think it was. And look, he was not doing it for Arsenal, so I'm happy for him. But he's kind of like, it's a pattern, At Dortmund it happened as well. His attitude becomes a problem. And he's not captain material, but he's a great player. He wasn't good enough for Arsenal in the last year or two. Happy that it's going well now. I would have gone with KDB and Sancho. Fair enough. I mean, I prefer Sterling and Mahrez, but let's wait and see. You think Man United can beat Atletico? Definitely. Atletico are poor this season. They're 5th in the league. And yeah, look, with these players coming back, if they play De Paul and they play Suarez and Griezmann, then yes, I think they have a good chance. If Felix is on it, he's a very talented player. I predict City will win the Champions League before the season starts, but imagine United won it. I wouldn't discount it, honestly. I wouldn't discount United, I think they're more of a cup team right now. But yeah, I mean, with City, they have a bit of a bottling gene in Europe. It's kind of similar to what I said with the World Cup. It's very difficult for a new team to win it. And there's this stat in the Champions League where any new finalist, so any team that's never reached a final before, if they reach it, they tend to lose it. So maybe next time they'll win it. But yeah, City or Liverpool for me. Went for Sancho over Fernandes and Adams over Broyo. Good luck. Good luck to you as well. And let's wait and see what happens there, mate. I mean, that's all. It's good to have some differences. Yeah, look, I think it's 50-50. I would probably go for Liverpool, but it's 50-50. Who should win the next Ballon d'Or? It's too early to say. We're literally in February. Right now, it's between Salah, Lewandowski, and Mbappe. Yeah, I think those three will be at the top. Yeah, probably those three. It's too early to say right now. Chelsea might get crippled next season. Roman get banned from living in the UK. I think that was already a thing, by the way. Sanctions imposed on Russia. Look, I'll be honest, okay? Look, Chelsea fans, yeah, you might start disliking the video or anything. I would absolutely love it if Roman had to sell up and, we're getting this kind of selling Stamford Bridge for £1 stuff. I'd love it. But realistically, Chelsea are more self-sustainable now. They'll probably get another top owner if that was to be the case. So, yeah. I don't think they'll suffer, unfortunately. I don't have Verkost this week. I'm shook. Probably should have brought him in for Dennis. I mean, it's Verkost after all. Look, yeah, I'd be a bit worried. I wouldn't be that. I wouldn't be crapping myself. Obi. Oh, okay. What about Messi or Ronaldo? Messi. It's an easy one for me. Look, Ronaldo's a great player, but Messi, better dribbler, better passer, better goal scorer. It's Messi all day long for me. Better prime as well. And in terms of like consistency at the top level, both of them very similar. Since 2005, you could argue they've been great. So yeah, for me, Messi. I meant get James in for double game week 28. I wouldn't get James in just yet because he's still just coming back in. Rudiger for sure. Wait for James. Still raging on Uncharted. Not really, actually. I played the single player recently, the kind of the upgrade. Not really. I've got any of you want to check me raging, because I don't really rage, do I? There's a video on my channel where I literally go mental. I say all sorts of stuff, so don't be offended. I say some stuff that you could get cancelled for. But yeah, I go mental. But basically, I don't rage anymore on Uncharted. Do you watch Europa League? No, I'm not interested, honestly. But yeah, I think Sevilla or Barcelona will win it. Looking quickly at the teams that are left. Yeah, Mark saying Salah win Ballon d'Or. Yeah, I mean, there's a good argument for that. I think Mbappe and Lewandowski are up there too. England have many good players to play possession football, but they choose Southgate and play low block football. Hope Graham Potter to become the new manager. I mean, yeah, but Southgate has done well in the cups. I mean, we have to give him that. Semi-final in a World Cup, that's really difficult to achieve. I mean, looking at Argentina, for example, a powerhouse in football, they haven't reached a World Cup semi-final, before 2014. Like, there was like a 24-year gap, basically. So, from 1990 to 2014, no semi-finals whatsoever. So, yeah, it's difficult. As for the final in the Euros, the thing is, yes, you reached the finals of the Euros. A lot of things went in England's favour that tournament, having so many games at home when it was supposed to be different countries and stuff. Having the final in your own backyard, you can't lose it, especially on penalties. So I think England bottled it. I wouldn't necessarily blame Southgate entirely, but yeah, they should have done better. Shame that Aguero didn't win the Champions League. Yeah, definitely. And also the World Cup, if Argentina were to win it. But he's going to be part of the coaching staff, which is great. But yeah, it's a big shame. He's a great player. Did you just say United are a pub team? No. I mean, maybe they are, yeah, but I didn't say that, no. How has Salah not won the Ballon d'Or yet? Well, Okay, let's break it down. So Salah in 2018, that's when he could have won Ballon d'Or. But then you had Messi, who, in my opinion, was better that year, and Ronaldo. Modric ended up winning it, but Ronaldo and Messi were still better. This year, or 2021 anyway, the year that just went by, Messi and Lewandowski were better. So yeah, it was one of those two that had to win it. As for 2022, yes, of course, Salah can win it. But let's wait and see. We're in February. It's a bit too early. I don't think Salah deserved the Ballon d'Or necessarily. He probably deserved third place in 2018. Obviously, let's wait and see what people say, but that's my opinion. Thoughts on Michael Massey being sacked? I honestly think he's a bit of a scapegoat. Like, he was awful, but he had like 5 different jobs in one. Like, he was coordinating and, scheduling everything. He was also the race director. It's supposed to be different, roles for different people, not one person having all of this responsibility. And also, a thing that isn't really covered too much in the media, in terms of the stewards in the stewards room, you've got like one that really likes Mercedes, then you have one that hates Hamilton. Like, you've got 2 different people there with 2 different agendas. If they're going to be in your ear all the time, you're obviously going to be conflicted. So I think he had a really tough job. Then you factor in people like Toto Wolff saying, "No, Mikey, no, this is so not right." Then you're just going to get absolute chaos in the last race. So honestly, I think that's a bit of everything. Michael Massey was poor, but I think it's a bit of a scapegoat. Who's most respected on a pedestal? Probably Maradona. If I had to pick one, it would be Maradona. I was asked this before. I can't remember by who, but someone asked it before. And yeah, Maradona would slightly tip it, but more people like Messi just as much now. But Maradona's absolute legend. What he did in '86 is incomparable to anything else. Even as a United fan, I would say Messi. Look, I know someone who preferred Messi, but as soon as Ronaldo joined United again, he kind of hates Messi now or something. I don't know, but yeah, it's kind of like you have your preference. Both of them are greats. I prefer Messi though. It's as simple as that. Just like the video, in case anyone dislikes talking about the Abramovich bit. Oh, thank you very much, Katim. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm just giving my honest opinion. Maybe I shouldn't though. Noodle hair, Ronaldo or clean shave Messi? I go for clean shave Messi, I guess. I don't know. I'm talking about football, by the way. Yes, I watched the new Uncharted film. It's a decent action film. It's a poor Uncharted film. So many things are, very, very, very inconsistent. Obviously, it makes sense in their world, but they kind of change things and characters from the games. I don't like how they did Sully. So basically what I'm saying is, Tom Holland and Mark Wahlberg, they have good chemistry. I like both of them as actors, but they're not Nathan Drake and Sully. And then Chloe Fraser, I'm telling you, in the games, she is not insecure. She's confident. She's like Catwoman, She's just an absolute legend. So yeah, I just didn't like her in the films. Man, you nailed the no, Michael, no. I'll be honest, I've practiced that quite a lot of times. Obviously, you can judge what you think there. But yeah, that was fun. I'll be honest, I kept on replaying that when it happened. It's just music to my ears. But yeah, Messi's better. Everyone here is saying Messi's better, but a lot of people do like Ronaldo more. He's more of a popular player, more popular athlete anyway. Excited to see Messi and Ronaldo playing in the same team after their retirement. Is that a guarantee? But anyway, yeah, obviously I'd love that to happen one more time, or once anyway, before they retire. Like maybe Ronaldo going to PSG, but I don't know. Benzema for Ballon d'Or. He's been injured recently, that's the thing. And the Ballon d'Or is kind of more of a calendar thing. So FIFA Best, and this is why I'm not that sure why Messi didn't win it, but anyway, that is between August of 2020 to August or September of the next year. But with the Ballon d'Or, it's purely calendar based, so I think it's too early to say Ballon d'Or. As for FIFA Best, it's probably Lewandowski or Salah. England has a curse of losing in pens. Yeah, I see what you mean, but then a lot of teams have this sort of thing. Look at Netherlands in terms of finals. They've only won 1 Euros. A nation of that quality should have much more on their plate. Also, Argentina have kind of lost a lot of crucial games as well, penalties and stuff. But yeah, I don't think it's really a curse. Didn't they beat Colombia in the World Cup in 2018? Who else? I think they won on penalties in I can't remember last year actually. They beat Germany, beat Ukraine comprehensively, beat Denmark in extra time. Yeah, no. If you could play alongside any player, who is it? It's going to be boring. Probably Messi. Oh, Livramento starting. Oh, great. Oh, crap. Oh, well, yeah. Good luck to those of you who have Livramento. I saw some Southampton fans saying he would probably start, so it makes sense. Yeah, fair enough. Enjoy the points, maybe, I'd say. Hopefully he does, because I want Forster to get points as well. Yeah, honestly, it'd be Messi if I could play alongside any player. But then again, if I was in goal, which is probably my best position, then maybe I'll just pick a really good centre-back or something. In that case, I don't know, just take your pick of the best defenders. But yeah, apparently Messi's been given a new role. Yeah, no, exactly. He's been given a new role, but I mean, who are they going to appoint now? And they should have different people for different things. Maybe it makes sense, but no, Michael, not here. So accurate. Thank you very much. And then Yurang says, I think Dylan must be a good voice impersonator. Oh, no. Let's not get started on this. I mean, I do some impressions, but I wouldn't say I'm great at any of them. Like for Ollie, I think at one point last season, like I would just say randomly in a stream, and people are like, "What are you on about?" But yeah, fantastic. But I wouldn't be able to do a whole sentence as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Just saying. Can you do some Arsenal chant? I mean, what is it? Arsenal, Arsenal. We love you, Arsenal. We do. Yeah, stuff like that. It's just simple stuff. Yeah, I know quite a lot of Arsenal chants. Yeah. There's the new one of Saka, at least it's Smacker, by the way. Saka, Smith Rowe. I love that one. Tom Holland was basically Spider-Man again. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg was a weird casting. Exactly. That's pretty much it. I saw someone say Tom Holland tried too hard to not be Spider-Man. Like, look, I could see Tom Holland as a young Nathan Drake, but this is supposed to be a 25-year-old Nathan Drake. I'm not buying it, honestly, no. As someone who's played about 30 minutes of Uncharted, so I don't know the game much, do you recommend watching it in cinema? It's basically, it's kind of the opposite. So if you love Uncharted and you like the games, I would rather stream it, if that makes any sense. But in your case, since you don't really know anything about it, I mean, I guess I'd say watch it, but the best thing to do is experience the games first, because it's much better than the film story, for sure. So, yeah, maybe just wait to stream it. Messi and Ronaldo to Inter Miami would be cool. Yeah, I'd rather them be in a more competitive team though. But yeah, I get what you mean. Compare Neymar, Benzema and Salah. Who is the best? This might be controversial. So in their prime, I actually prefer Neymar the most. I can see why some people would say Salah in 2018, 21. Also more consistent, you could say. But I think Neymar's disrespected a bit too much. Right now though, Neymar's probably the worst. But look, once he gets back to full fitness and full flow, I think he is really good. He's arguably the best. But right now it's Salah. Salah's the best right now. Overall, for me, it's Neymar. I got Foden instead of Mahrez. Do you think he'll start? I think Foden will start, but I'm not that sure. He's the one player in City that I think could be substituted for Gundogan or something like that. Thoughts on how Gerrard manages the Villa drop blip? No, I don't think Villa will get relegated or anything. But yeah. I'm guessing you're saying bad form recently. Yeah, I think he might change some stuff about like Ings and Watkins and then kind of stick to one thing in particular. But yeah, honestly with Gerrard, look, he's been in really poor form. I think 2 wins out of the last 10. I think there will be a few changes. The defence will remain vastly the same. They need some new defenders though. Their centre-backs, in my opinion, are awful. I don't know how Aubameyang said, oh, Mings is the best opponent I've played against. Are you crazy? Jesus Christ. Who do you think are the top 5 players of the 2010s? In my opinion, Ibra has to be there. Yeah, that's a good shout. I think I'd go for... Look, Xavi would definitely be in it, but he's only really been there for 5 years, and he was kind of tailing off towards the end. So it'd be Messi, Ronaldo, obviously. I'd say Suarez. I think Suarez, you know, from 2009 to even 2018, he was excellent. And in particular, 2009 to, I'd say, 2016, he was unplayable. He's the only player to actually win a golden boot during Messi and Ronaldo's prime. He's the only player, and he's done it twice. Has to be Suarez. So I'd go for those 3. I'd still go for Iniesta because he was excellent for the lot. Yeah, I'd go for Iniesta. The 5th player, let me know what you guys think. Hazard's better than Neymar? I don't think so. I think Neymar's better, but Hazard's exceptional as well. I'm not sure who the 5th player would be, but I'm sure about those 4. Do an Ollie monologue. I don't know. What would I say? We are proud of the boys. That's not even a great impression, is it? Fantastic. Oh my god, my voice cracked. Fantastic. There we go. Can you do a Gordon Ramsay impersonation? Nah, I don't think so. Nah, I'd have to try that. Nah, I'll probably not. More impersonations, please. Oh my god. Is this really come to this? Okay, what I might do is go to the full screen so you don't see the dumb, stupid faces I do for this one. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm doing this, by the way. So what screen should we put? Yeah, look, so this is the predicted lineup for Manchester City. And of course, we won't know until tomorrow, is it, or something? Okay, so... should I even do this? Okay, whatever. So... Raggy! Okay, I don't know why I did that. Anyway, let's go back to my team. Yeah, it was a good idea to not show the camera there, because Jesus Christ. Let's turn this serious for a second. Oh, Jesus Christ. Favorite FIFA World Cup moment? That's a great question. Has to be an Argentina one. So obviously before my time, it has to be Maradona. You know, the goals against England. Other than that, I probably would say during my lifetime, my favorite one was probably Rojo's goal against Nigeria. I went mental. What else is there? I really loved. Yeah, winning on penalties against Netherlands in the semi-final. I absolutely loved that. And what else is there? I mean, I'll be honest, I went mental just the first World Cup goal we scored in 2014 when well, obviously there was the own goal in like 2 minutes. Kolasinac scored an own goal against Argentina. But there was the second one, Messi, when he dribbled past 3-4 players, linked with Higuain. Oh my God, that was peak Messi. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Yeah. Look, I don't know what. Yeah, dude's sweating from that. No, I'm not sweating from that. I'm probably just embarrassed. Yeah. Oh, thank you very much, Singh. Not talented, but thank you very much. I don't know why I did that. Zoinks! Okay, yeah, that's enough, because then I'll just probably do the other ones. Alba is mad. Yeah, as a Barcelona fan, I hate Neymar and I used to love him. Yeah, I can see he wanted to go back as well, but. Are you much of a boxing fan? Honestly, not really. I have watched it from time to time, but I'm not a big fan. Do you watch other YouTube FPL? I used to more so. Like, yeah, I'd watch a bit of everything. Right now, not really. But yeah, I used to, basically. Ming's best son about... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see what you mean about Alva's mad, yeah. Salah's an incredible goal scorer, but Neymar football abilities, I completely agree. That's my opinion, yeah, especially with wrong foot. Also, Neymar's record for Brazil is amazing. He's going to become the top scorer of all time for Brazil. He gets basically a goal or assist every game there. I think Neymar's better in his prime anyway. I just logged into stream to find out I missed the deadline. I'm on the 7th floor and my mind telling me to take a walk on the balcony. Okay, no, do not go to the balcony. Go back inside and enjoy yourself. If you want to go out, you know, just... go to the park, take a walk and everything. Suarez in his prime, biting Ivanovic. Yeah, but he's a quality player. And Chiellini. Don't forget Chiellini. What about the other Ronaldo? Oh, yeah, but we're talking about players in the 2010s. Yeah, R9 is arguably the best striker ever. In his if he didn't get injuries, he probably would have been the absolute best, yeah. Best of the 10s. Are we going to forget? No, I mentioned 4 of them. Messi, Ronaldo, Suarez, Iniesta. I don't know about the 5th one, honestly. I want to see what you guys think. Yeah, thank you, FM. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I used to do that even from sixth form and secondary school. Is the site now refreshed? Yeah, I'll probably check it in a second. Yeah, lineups are out. Yeah, let's go through the lineups. Why are we talking about Scooby-Doo and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and stuff? So let's get the lineup on screen. That's what I'd prefer to do for you lot. Let's see. So lineups. We should be getting them. I mean, they're already out, aren't they? Oh my God, for a second. Okay, no, I'm not even going to say that. Let me just go on SofaScore, actually. Bear with me for a second. Okay, so the lineups, yeah, Livramento starting, apparently. That's what I saw. Yeah, Kyle Walker-Peters, yeah, he's the nail one. Forster, yes. All right, so Broja's in there. So basically for Southampton, let me get this on screen. Okay. No, that's the wrong one. Okay, so we're using SofaScore here. And that's the lineup on the right-hand side. Okay, whoops. Yeah, so Forster's in goal. Livramento, Bednarek, Salisu, and Kyle Walker-Peters. Elyounoussi, Romeu, James Ward-Prowse, and Armstrong, who I like. And Broja and Adams up front. That's a good team, yeah. It's pretty much what we expected. Livramento Perrod was my kind of big doubt. And there you go, Livramento started. Let's check Norwich. So Gunn is in goal. Aarons, Hanley, Gibson, and Williams. Jesus, yeah, 1 second. McLean, Norman, Gilmore in midfield, Sargent, Pookie, and Rashika are in attack. So there you go. No surprises there, really. And there we go. The good news there for those of you who have Livramento, he's starting, and he could be in for a big haul there. So enjoy. That is what we got. Let me just check something, because YouTube sometimes kind of flagged me for some reason. I have no idea why. I made a few changes to make sure that doesn't happen, but let me check if they've actually flagged me or something. By the way, 1 subscriber away from 10,100, so let's get to that. Thank you very much. It'd be much appreciated as always. Let me check this, by the way. Don't tell me it's... Oh, Jesus, this YouTube. I honestly have no idea what they're doing. Let me just sort this out quickly. Honestly, unbelievable. They never learn, do they? So let's get back to your chat. Yeah, bro, he's in the starting 11. Maybe we're all high. Yeah, maybe. I get now what has been said. Yeah, but I mean, look, people ask me like, I don't know, what other impressions could you do? I mean, I don't have to be high to do a raggy or whatever, or a zoinks. Yeah, thank you, Sinindra. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, we're not high. Anthony versus Rafinha. Who do you think is better? Rafinha. R9 youngest player to win Ballon d'Or. Yeah, I think Messi's the second youngest. Yeah, R9 in his peak was incredible. Yeah, Batistuta's, he's one of the best strikers of all time, but I think R9 is better. But Batistuta's so underrated, you know, he's not spoken about enough nowadays. If Sancho outscores Bruno, I'm jumping from my balcony. Don't not do that. It's not worth it over points on a virtual screen. Come on, mate. Yeah, Livramento starts. Scooby-Doo and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yeah, what next? Gollum? Oh, okay, no. I used to do that, actually. You watch WWE? I did at one point, so I actually kind of started watching it a little bit later, but yeah, I'm not really a big fan. I'm kind of bored of it. Yes, Livramento and Broya in. Yeah, that's good. Good news for all of us, really. I'm just hoping that, you know, Southampton keep a clean sheet, but there's no assist or goals for any of the defenders, but you never know. It's going to be interesting. Last time out, I think Norwich won 2-1 against Southampton, so yeah, should be an interesting one. Haaland versus Vlahovic, easily Haaland, easily. I bench Livramento in favour of Bednarek. What do I do? What do I hope for since the rest of my starting 11 want to start? What are you hoping for? That Livramento doesn't do that well? Yeah, basically. And if Bednarek can maybe steal a bonus point, I don't know. You just want a Southampton clean sheet and that's it, really. Favourite series? Breaking Bad, The Wire. I love Daredevil, so that's kind of my favourite comic book show. But yeah, The Wire or Breaking Bad are the best ones. I need to watch Sopranos. That's probably going to be one of my favourites. Yeah. Do Gollum impression? I don't know. My voice is actually gone right now, so I probably wouldn't be able to do it. Just being serious about that. Best weeks to wildcard. I think 28 or 31, mate, Nicholas. And let's get off the stream, by the way. Screen. So yeah, let me actually double check this. So... Oh yeah, so that's... Oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. Oh crap, okay, here we go. Sound like Nathan Drake now. Bootleg version. Alright, well, that was my Game Week 26 performance since I didn't show any of you. So Rafinha was on my bench, that was a mistake. But yeah, the rest did alright, got 130 points. I'll keep that on screen for now. Legendary strikers that are forgotten. I think Batistuta to a certain extent. Romario doesn't... He's not spoken about enough. His record is insane. Van Basten. I think Van Basten's one of the best as well. Yeah, WWE has been dead since 2015. Yeah, I think so too. Thanks for the stream, Dylan. Have a good one. Thank you. Much appreciated and same. Likewise, to watch Top Boy. Yeah, a lot of people I know have watched that. I'm not sure if I'd like it, but I'd maybe give it a shot at some point. Yeah, Prison Break. I've watched Prison Break. I love the first season. I think the second season is also good. 3 to 4, you know, pretty decent as well. But I think there's a big drop off from the first 2 seasons. But yeah, it's a good show. What about tennis? Federer. Federer all day long. Yeah, it has to be Federer. I think he set the bar. So before him, you know, you had Sampras. He had 12 Grand Slams or whatever. Federer took it to another level. And his consistency, people were like, oh, he's a weak Euro champ. Yeah, just you don't know anything about tennis. Just say it. Just say you don't know anything. I'm telling you, Federer is, for me, he's like Messi of tennis. He's the most talented, the most consistent. It's just a shame now that he gets always injured, but for me, he's the best. West Ham versus Sevilla, that's a good game. I think Sevilla will win, but don't discard West Ham. Yeah, Peaky Blinders, the new season is coming out very soon. I've watched all of it. I caught up actually recently because before, I'd want to say December, I only watched a bit of the first season or something like that. Yeah, I watched Peaky Blinders, yeah. No spoilers, though, for the next season. I think it comes out today or on 28th or something. Have you watched Boba Fett? No, that's literally on my to-do list. So I literally just watched Ted Lasso. I'm going to watch Boba Fett next. I'm going Game Week 31 for wildcard. Yeah, that makes sense, Mark. I think 28 or 31 are the best. Daredevil's an all-time great. I think so. It's underrated, and hopefully they get some films and stuff. Obviously, some of their characters appear in other films and shows. I'm not going to ruin anything. Dylan falling into refresh trap again. Yeah, there's not a stream in it without me falling for that. I actually thought it would be over by now, but no. Dylan, I took a -8 hit to get in Broya and Workhorse. Yeah, no, that's fine, Jeremy. I think it's fine. Favorite female celebrity? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like an actress I like a lot. So for the acting, okay, for the acting. Mamma mia. I'll have to think about that one. Why new triple captain? Because I wildcarded in 26 and I evaluated how my wildcard team would be like compared to my normal team, and I've made more points so far, but it's just more of a long-term thing. That's why I really wanted to play this triple captaincy on Salah, of course. Who should Arsenal sign as a replacement for Alba and Laka? I mean, it's hard because I'd love Haaland or Vlahovic, but obviously they're not going to come. So I'd probably look towards Lautaro Martinez, Joao Felix. We were linked to him the other day before he scored against United. You know, some of these sorts of players. But yeah, Lautaro, I'd be a big fan of that. And also get Rafinha for the wing. Saw your video recently, loved it. Thank you very much, Joala, and much appreciated. Hopefully we'll see you in more streams and videos. I almost said show because I just saw someone mention Better Call Saul. Sunday, yeah, I can't wait. Is it one episode per week, by the way? I'm not sure how they release it, but yeah. Good chat, everyone. Need to sleep. It should be 1 a.m. here. Yeah. Good luck to you as well, Yorang. Enjoy your sleep. I actually need to fix my sleeping pattern as well. Vodkas are going. Oh wow, vodkas really. Yeah, no, that's a terrible situation. To be honest, I saw some videos. It's disturbing, but. You should watch Ozark. I've seen it, mate. That's actually one of my favourite shows as well. I watched the last season as soon as it came out. I watched Boba Fett the other day, binged a lot. Yeah, Mandalorian is probably my favourite Disney Plus show. Gal Gadot, no, haven't seen that. Arsenal are playing well. Maybe a watch along on the cards. Yeah, but as soon as I put a live stream, I don't know, we'll just get embarrassed. I don't know. I'll think about it. Second favourite country you're in for in World Cup? Honestly, no. No. Honestly, none. But if I had to pick one, just an underdog, really. Someone who's never won the World Cup. Because I don't want France surpassing the amount of World Cups we have. I don't want Germany winning again. I hate them. No offense to Germans. I don't want Brazil were the ones I hate the most, probably. So I don't want them winning it. No offense to Brazilians. I don't want England winning it. No offense to English people. So yeah, I'm going to offend everyone, basically. But any kind of underdog. Birmingham reverted its original name to the... Small what? Oh yeah, to the small Heath Alliance for one match just for the new Peaky Blinders series. Oh really? Yeah, I hate Birmingham, by the way. It seems like I hate everyone, by the way, but yeah, fair enough. That's interesting. Just do an only chat stream someday already. Only chat. I mean, we're already kind of getting this already after the stream's ended, or should I say the FPL stuff has ended. Pretty sure it's one episode per week. Okay, fair enough. Is Better Call Saul starting again? I'm not sure. I only saw a bit of the first season. I love Breaking Bad though, but yeah, it's a good show. I should watch it. Yeah, yes, I watch F1, Andrew. Yeah, I'll watch it. Before last year, I went years without watching it. I hated the turbo hybrid or whatever it's called. I hated it, but yeah. Hi Dylan, how you doing? I'm doing well, Rafiq. What about you? Gal Gadot. Oh yeah, fair enough. Let me search this up. Yeah. Honestly, in terms of actresses, I don't know, like, because I like certain, like I like, was it Marion Coulthard? Like I like her in certain films, like Inception and Dark Knight Rises. But I wouldn't say like she's my favorite. Like I don't know who's my favorite. But yeah, let's see. Let me search this up. Who is this little Don? Oh, Wonder Woman, of course. Yeah. No, I wouldn't say she's my favorite actress. No. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. Yeah, great show. Yeah, no, it's not a show now. Have you ever watched Brooklyn 99? I haven't seen it. Yeah, I think he meant... Yeah. Of course. No, I honestly don't know. Favorite comedian? Probably Frankie Boyle. Just so edgy. I love it. Yeah, probably Frankie Boyle. I love Lee Mack as well, and a few others. Yeah, I mean, I like Ricky Gervais's old work. I don't like his kind of newer work, but obviously it's just my opinion, Do you watch any medical series? No. Second favourite club after Arsenal? I mean, I support Rosario Central as well. I wouldn't say second favourite. Who's your captain this week? Weghorst. What are the possibilities of being mod of this channel anyways? I mean, yeah. obviously there is a chance, of course. Yeah, just people who attend regularly, who are respectful and that are good moderators, you know, they become mods pretty much. Yeah. That smile when Dylan realizes the Wonder Woman reference. Yeah, no, because it just kind of clicked in my head. Of course you mentioned her. Yeah, of course. I didn't know her name. Honestly, I didn't know her name. Calm down, guys. He got it. Oh, thank you. Startup is worth a watch. There's so many shows, mate. I need to watch Sopranos. Like, that's an all-time classic. I need to watch... do I need to watch? Maybe, what's the show? Motorcycle, Vroom Vroom. That's probably not good. Wait, what is the... what's that damn show called? It's on Netflix. Oh, my God. And wait, let me get this name up. I'm making a fool of myself. Netflix. Fuck it. What is that name? I forgot about it. It's actually crazy. It's gonna be so obvious when I actually remember it. But yeah, I actually have to go on Netflix myself to see it. My God, what absolute bot. No, give me the show. Oh my God, I can't find it right now. It's like, regardless, one of the best shows, I think, on Netflix. I can't find it. Sitcom? No, not a sitcom. Mamma Mia. Or what would it be? Maybe a thriller, action? I don't know. I think someone's going to get in the chat. You have huge viewership from India. Thank you very much. Yeah, I've seen like the demographics sometimes, and India is one of the biggest. So yeah. Thank you very much, Sharia. Lee Mack is on. Yeah, he's very quick-witted. I just like his style. He's very unique. Yeah. Dylan, I thought you told me your favorite actress is Caitlin. No, don't even say that. No chance. You knew you were gonna piss me off with that. Thank you, FPL Diamond, for tuning in. What do you do during high school? What did I do? Well, obviously, I don't know what you mean by that. In terms of like beyond school, I don't know. Not that much actually. I did more stuff in kind of primary school. What is that sound, by the way? Jesus Christ, maybe it's just my ears. I'm getting old. Describe it, says Mark. On it, I've never seen it, so it's hard for me to describe. Fuck. I need to go on Netflix to do it. Wait, do I have Netflix on my phone? Do I? No, I deleted it, didn't I? Yeah, because I didn't ever watch it. Well done. Well damn done. Let me just log in and let me get this show. That when people like actually hear about it, you're like, oh, you're an idiot for not thinking about it. Honestly, oh Jesus Christ, never again. But yeah, I need to get this one. So sign in. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well, automatic login. Okay, so it should be here. It's going to be something so dumb. Oh no, whoa, relax. We're not trying to get copyrighted. YouTube already pissing me off with that. All right, so let me. Okay, I'm getting warmer. Where are you? Hello, bruh. What? Where are you? My list is longer than that. What the hell are you trying to sell me, bro? What? Okay, I literally can't find. Did they get rid of it on Netflix as well? Surely not. Doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm just going around in circles. Popular. Okay, yeah. You know what? I might just give it a call it a day. By the way, I liked House of Cards a lot when Kevin Spacey was in it, obviously, but yeah, that's kind of another one. I watched Gotham. It's an okay show. It's nothing great. Yeah, I'm more of a films guy than shows, I'll be honest. But yeah, I'm trying to catch up as well. Where is this damn show? It's actually kind of... Oh, God. Anyway, let's go back to your questions. Black Mirror, yes, I haven't seen all of them, but I have seen them. I've seen the Bandersnatch episode as well, where it's basically like a video game. You make decisions. Waka waka, what? Like, share, and subscribe. Support your quality channel as you continue to get thought-provoking and quality content. Thank you very much, mate. And you say that just as in this part of the stream, we're doing Scooby-Doo impressions. We're talking about shows. I think Gal Gadot, or whatever her name is a show. Everyone now knows how to get a reaction out of Dylan. What do you mean? I don't react. I'm a robot. Yeah, I like Lewis Capaldi. I love... Oh, how you made me remember. The Thick of It. That is an amazing show, by the way. Obviously, most people would know him from Doctor Who. Oh, The Thick of It is great. That's a great show. Ukraine president on the streets rallying citizen is what we all dream of doing in this scenario. Yeah, I actually wasn't aware. It's probably happened recently during the stream, but that's good. Squid Game. It's not one of my favourite shows, but I've seen it. It's decent. You hate Germany then. In in football. I don't hate any country outside football. I want to make that very clear. Verstappen over Hamilton all day. Come on, bring on the haters. Bring on the haters. Verstappen, mate. 150 points from 115k to 80k. Good week. I had 5 Liverpool Arsenal, but since I'm wildcarding next week, I took a -4 King and Tierney to Weghorst and me. Do you think it's good? Yes, I think it is good. I like Tierney long term though, but I get why you did it. Yes, 28 wildcard or 31. I've always said this is a great opportunity. In case you want to watch a medical series, The Resident is good. Yeah. There's actually one show, True Detective. I need to see that. Apparently it's really good. Love you for liking Lewis Capaldi. I know someone who's a big fan of him, I think. Even bigger than me, but I like it. Yeah, Game of Thrones. But season 7 and 8 they are awful, mate. Season 8, I literally laughed at some of the stuff that happened. And you see Jon Snow saying, "You are my queen." Yeah, okay, we get it, you twat. Like, they just ruined so many characters in that. But the first 6 seasons, especially like the first 4, which is, straight out of the books. But Lord of the Rings, and then you've got Game of Thrones. That's my opinion now. I'm a Lord of the Rings guy. They're going to absolutely ruin the show. I don't even want to think about that. Werner hates Germany. Yeah, so many polarizing things. And I'm guessing that's one of your things, Oh, let me get a reaction out of Dylan. It's Werner. It's Mason Mount. Naughty. Can you do another Scooby-Doo voice? I could, but I'm going to get the cam out. I'm not showing my face while I do it, because I literally, I don't know what I do, but yeah. Even in football, Deutschland ist immer est. That means Germany's always... Oh, no. Deutschland ist immer scheiße. How about that? It's always shit. But yeah, is Antonio Conte back on Manchester United's radar? I don't know. I think they're going to go for a long-term manager like Ten Hag in the summer, probably, yeah. You play FIFA? Yes, not as much as I used to, but I do from time to time. Recently, not too much, actually, but yeah. Thank you for the super chat, IBK Max. Much appreciated. Name the best Netflix shows you've seen. Breaking Bad is by far the best. Daredevil, definitely up there. Once again, I'm more of a shows guy, so... sorry. Well done. I'm more of a films guy, so a lot of the classics, I've seen them. I'm kind of more of a films guy, but yeah. Breaking Bad and Daredevil would be my top 2. And Ozark. Those are my top 3, yeah. Was late to the stream, can I see your team? If FPL refreshes, then yeah, you could. If not, just literally go back in the stream and you would see my team for most of it. But yeah, it's kind of... Okay, there's a freaking update. Let me... yeah, still updating, yeah? Really? Really, you old mug? Okay. Yeah, no, there's nothing here. Basically, Verkels is my captain. I free-hitted and I made a few last-minute changes. I don't have Pope anymore. I've got Forster, and I went with Tarkovsky and Ben Mee. Let's wait and see what happens. I got Sterling as well. Lord of the Rings, yeah, no. For me, those films, like, obviously everyone talks about Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. I love all of them, but Lord of the Rings is my favourite, especially the films. Harry Potter, maybe books. I don't know, the books, Lord of the Rings is still better probably. But yeah, no, Lord of the Rings is amazing. Looking forward to Rings of Power. I wish I could say the same, mate. I think it's going to be awful. I've got my own reasons. Portugal deserves to qualify. Not necessarily, because Italy also deserve to qualify. They're the Euro champions. They didn't finish first in their group, which is, apart from Serbia, very easy. Yeah, I mean, they deserve to qualify if they beat Italy. I wouldn't say so otherwise. Portugal obviously have a great team, or great players. Not a great manager, though. FIFA career mode stream? I don't know. It could happen. You never know. Yeah. What are you doing nowadays? These videos and streams, doing my own thing, yeah, pretty much. Media, stuff like that. Nah, mate, I don't want to, really? Honestly, I'm kind of over it right now, but yeah, we should have won that final. We were better than Germany. Favourite director? Martin Scorsese, Christopher Nolan, probably those two. Stanley Kubrick, and also Sergio Leone, very underrated. I'd probably put those kind of directors, but yeah, right now, Christopher Nolan is by far the best. Yeah, Shawshank Redemption, amazing film. One of my favourites. It's the highest rate on IMDb for a reason. Man, I really like this part of the stream post the deadline. Yeah, no, and it's kind of interesting, you got films, you got F1, you got people saying, do a Scooby-Doo voice. I don't know how I did that voice, by the way. Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit? Lord of the Rings. I love the Hobbit book and the game. I don't like the films that much. The Lord of the Rings films are elite. Force on Daniel Ricciardo. Nice personality, I guess. I'm not a big fan of him, or as big of a fan of him as other people are. But yeah. Breaking Bad, Blacklist, Prison Break. Yeah. Blacklist. Or is that Black Mirror? But anyway, yeah. If that is Blacklist, I need to see that. I love Breaking Bad and Prison Break as well. Yeah. Still updating. Really, you little mug. Well, I'm just saying. Wait, it's been how long? It's been nearly an hour. It's been nearly an hour, and the game still hasn't updated. Come on, chop chop FPL, get this rolling. What's your favorite sports movie? That's a great question. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of these. Oh yeah, Rush. Yes, Rush. That's a good film. Also, The Damned United. If anyone hasn't seen it, and if you love football, watch it. Brian Clough. Great performance by... Wait, let me get this right. There's like two Sheens. Let me get this right. I'm not falling for this. Yeah, Michael Sheen. And he said Martin Sheen. Michael Sheen, yes. So The Damned United and Rush, two of the best. Benedict Cumberbatch, one of the best actors, yeah, for sure. Most people know him for Doctor Strange, mate. He's way better than that. So many good films. He's a great actor. Messi over Ronaldo all day long for me. Do you think you are good at presentation? I don't know. Maybe in a public speaking sense, I could improve, maybe. I guess. Have you seen The Queen's Gambit? No, but I think that's also on my list. But I'm mainly focusing on films first. A bit scared this week as I didn't free hit, but I have all the chips apart from triple captain. I have, yeah, that's fine. Obviously, I'm not a big fan of Trossard, but some of the other options you have are good, like Kane, obviously. Welcome, Faris. Welcome for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. There Will Be Blood. Yes. I need to watch that. That's literally the film I'm going to watch next, mate. And also, I can't remember the one with Javier Bardem. Whatever. Anyway, yes, I'm going to watch There Will Be Blood with Paul Dano, who's in The Batman. And obviously Daniel Day-Lewis. The 100, yes, I've seen it. Yes, this is Sparta. Yes. Favorite music genre? I like a bit of everything. So rock and roll, mainly kind of older music. So we're talking about 70s, 80s. I know, it's kind of weird, right? I like 90s music as well. So kind of electro, hip hop, techno, all this kind of stuff. So I like a bit of everything. Even some of the newer bands like Muse nowadays. I like film music. I know it sounds weird, but I like film music. I like classical music. I like everything, bro. Everything. Absolutely everything. I like a bit of rap as well. The good one. Federer Nadal, Federer. I don't even have to think about that, honestly. Very nice to see you loosen up and giggle. Yeah. Great stream as always. Thank you very much. It's just kind of fun, to be honest. I mean, the FPL stuff is as well, but this is really fun. Have you been to Malaysia? No. Obviously, I've seen Malaysia in F1, but I haven't actually been there. Who do you rate other than Hamilton and Verstappen? I don't rate Hamilton. But anyway, I rate Alonso, Vettel, especially when he was actually, really good. Leclerc. I like Leclerc a lot. Yeah. The rest, they're good, I guess. I'm not a big fan of the rest though. Coach Carr. I don't think I've seen them actually. No. The Damned United was great, but historically accurate. Yeah. That's true. But I really liked it, and also, I can't remember his name, but the one who plays his assistant, he's obviously Peter Pettigrew in Harry Potter. He's a great actor as well. Yeah, I love that film. Inception, yeah, of course, one of my all-time favourite films, yes. Attack on Titan, no, I haven't seen it, but everyone's telling me to. Have you watched Mulholland Drive? No. Once again, I mean, films, I've watched a lot of them, but mainly the classic ones. We're talking about the 80s to 2000s, but yeah. Horror movies, Psycho, we're talking about 1959 or something, but Psycho's a great one. The Shining, it's not like scary, it's not jump scares, but it's the atmosphere is amazing. I can't describe it. I'd say so, yeah. Shout out from South Africa. Thank you. Thank you very much for tuning in, and it's good to see people from all over the world. No Country for Old Men. Yes, exactly. That's the one. Yeah, you know your stuff. People were literally telling me to watch it yesterday. I'm probably watching it tomorrow, actually. So, yeah, don't worry. I'll be watching it. 300 first or second movie? The first one. I don't think I've seen the second one, but yeah, the first one I think is better anyway. My son wants to. How old? Oh, wants to know how old are you? I'm 22, mate. Yeah, I'm young. Now a lot of people will be like, "You're 22. You're a 22-year-old chatting crap about FPL." Log off. But yeah, 22. Now Russia GP has been cancelled. Yeah, we need Turkey back. Oh yeah, no Turkey. It's a good track actually. It was decent last year. Yeah. Congrats for the 10k subs. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, we reached it like last Sunday, and the reaction stream was great. So thank you very much to everyone for that. Pursuit of Happiness. Yeah, I've seen it, but I'll be honest, it's not like one of my favourite films, but it's a decent one, yeah. Ted Lasso. Yeah, I literally just watched it. It's the last show I watched. What the hell? I just saw it like a shadow. Yeah, no, it's a good show. Obviously, some people might find it silly, like the humour and stuff, but yeah, it's a light-hearted show. We don't get enough of that, but yeah, I like it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Seven is a brilliant movie. Yes, I've seen it. Dead Poet Society, Robin Williams. I've seen all of them, mate. When I say all of them, those two. I haven't seen everything. Like, I don't think I've seen Godfather Part 3. I haven't seen 2001: A Space Odyssey, Blade Runner. I know. How have I not seen them? Mate, I'm a year older to you. Honestly surprised. You look a lot older. Wow, that's not a good thing, but thank you very much. It's probably the beard. When I shave, I look like I'm 15. But yeah, thank you very much. That's a great compliment. Favorite food, Italian or Indian? Italian would probably be my favorite, but Indian is also up there. I like kind of Latin food as well, so Mexican, Argentinian. So basically those three are my favorite. Just to summarize, Italian, Indian, and Latin. Not particularly in that order, but yes. Yeah, Ozark I've seen. War movies, yes, I've seen Hacksaw Ridge with Andrew Garfield, yes. Dunkirk I've seen. Obviously, Saving Private Ryan is a great one. I haven't seen it in a long time, though, so I probably need to rewatch it. If you want to watch a series, Stranger Things, yeah, I've seen the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things. I'm not a big fan, honestly. It's good. Oh, yeah, by the way, oh, no, I forgot. Okay, if any of you have Netflix, yeah, Dark. It's a German show, but honestly, that's one of the best. So, top 5 shows for me, or top 4. Breaking Bad is definitely first. Then it's like Daredevil, Ozark, and Dark. Those are my top 4 shows on Netflix that I've seen. Absolutely amazing. What's your favorite Indian food? Well, I like pilla rice with chicken tikka masala, curry. Yeah, I mean, yeah, samosas, that kind of stuff. Nothing special. I mean, there might be so much more, but I love that dish. I just love those sorts of things. So yeah. I said it very slowly, by the way, because I wasn't sure. I mean, did I say chicken tikka masala, by the way? It's chicken tikka. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, Good Will Hunting, yes. 19. Yeah. Robin Williams and Matt Damon. Yeah, love that film as well. It's one of my favourites as well. Yeah, I've watched Peaky Blinders. Waiting for the new season as well. Yeah, Dead Poet Society is really underrated, yeah. But, I don't know, people nowadays, I'm not saying everyone, by the way, but they're like, I just want action. Give me more action. They don't really appreciate good stories. By the way, another film that reminds me of that is A Beautiful Mind. Yeah, that's a really good one. I've got over 1,000 classic DVDs in my collection, but obviously stream now. Wow, that's good. I haven't watched that many films, but I've watched quite a lot of the best ones, I think. Dexter, yeah, I need to see that. I think the ending was controversial or something, like a few years ago. Dark is amazing, and you said you hate Germany. Okay, once again, I hate Germany in football, which is understandable. I hate Brazil as well in England. But otherwise, no, I have no problems, We live and learn. You recommend... I watched a great Will film called The Photographer of Malthassen. I probably butchered that, by the way. It's a true story and in Spanish. Yeah, I'll give that a go. And by the way, if you want to see like a Spanish film or Spanish-speaking film, I'd watch Motorcycle Diaries, which is based on Che Guevara, or El Secreto de sus Ojos. And that won an Oscar, actually, for the best foreign film. So another film I need to see that's a foreign one that I haven't... That won an Oscar recently was Parasite. So, yeah. Chicken tikka masala. Yeah. You know what I mean. Chicken tikka. Okay, chicken tikka. I know I said that. Eternal Sunshine. Yeah, I think I've seen it, but a long time. I need to rewatch it. I watched Blood Diamonds. I love that one. The Departed. That is amazing, by the way. PlayStation. Yeah, PlayStation. Yeah. I've never had Xbox. I've played it at someone's house or whatever, but yeah, PlayStation for me. They've got the better exclusives, the better games. They've got Uncharted, God of War. It has to be that. Where am I from? Britain and Argentina, basically. Yeah. Man, people really getting on Dylan's nerves. What do you mean? I'm just saying. I don't hate. Hate is a strong word. I don't hate people for where they come from. Otherwise, you know what I am. No, I just hate them in football. Fair enough. Yeah, no. I mean, there's a big rivalry. Germans hate us as well. Yeah. Dexter. Oh, okay. I don't want to see spoilers, mate. I don't want to see spoilers. Who is the best music producer? Okay, I don't know. Music producer, not sure. La Casa de Papel is, yeah, it's a good show. I don't think it's like one of my favourites, but it's a good show, yeah. I'm from Nepal. Do you know anything about Nepal? Not much. I've only visited virtually in Uncharted 2, if I can even say that, with the Himalayas and stuff. But yeah, obviously, a lot of people in the stream actually watch from Nepal, which is nice, but I don't know much about it. I think I went once to a museum in London, and they had some stuff from Nepal. I'm guessing you've seen Drive to Survive. Yes, I'm not a big fan of that type of show, but interesting to see what they have now. Galactic Hobbit with Salah, yeah, chicken tikka masala, yeah. Stamina Dylan, thank you very much. No goats here, but yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know, it's fun. This is fun, yeah. The game is taking too long to update. It's been over an hour. What? The game's going to start. Like, come on. And by the way, we'll probably end this soon. We've been going on for What? It's been over 3 hours. Jesus Christ. Oh, by the way, thank you very much for the super chat, Denon. It's much appreciated. I put Che Adams as captain. Good luck, mate. I mean, I like Che Adams. You know, he's been in good form. He might be better than Broja, even him, but let's wait and see. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in this game. It kind of sets the tone for the rest of the week, but good luck, mate. And thank you for the super chat. Someone mentioned Dune, actually, earlier. I think, yeah. Shafin says, have you watched Dune? Yes, I've seen it. I like it. I'm not like a huge fan, but I like it. It's a good film, yeah. Can you play any musical instrument? I used to play the recorder, actually. I don't know if I can now. I don't know. Maybe it will come back to me. I think the drums. I'd be good at drums, I think. Nothing special. I wouldn't be like the Rolling Stones drummer or something, but, you know, I think I could play that. As for the guitar, I was good at pretending to play guitar in front of the mirror. Which country would win a war between Russia and North Korea? I don't know, honestly, and it's not really something Yeah, hopefully there's no more of this crap, but yeah, unfortunately, you know, it is the way it is. Convert this into a watch-along? No way. No, you're not going to get me to do that. Would you recommend the aforementioned Spanish films to someone who's done about a year of... Definitely. 100%. I'd definitely recommend both of them. You'd even enjoy them. Yeah, I'd do it. Captain Pope, hope it works. Good luck, mate. I actually got rid of Pope last minute, but hopefully it works out for you. Couldn't believe I watched the stream for over 3 hours. Thank you very much. I know it's very late where you are, Weiseng, so maybe just sleep or watch a film. You know, one of these films we're talking about. Thank you, Denon, for becoming a legend. What a legend you are, mate. Thank you very much for becoming a channel member. Thank you, obviously, to the others in the Captain and Legend tiers, like Aranya, Rock and Roll, and Yorang. It's much appreciated. I'm never gonna let the watch-along idea go. I don't think... Yeah, other people who've recommended it as well, they probably won't either. You should do more post-deadline chat streams. I mean, sometimes we do, but obviously when the chat kind of dies down and we've talked about all the stuff, then that's when I kind of log off anyway. But yeah, obviously this is fun, yeah. Perhaps a weekend marathon. Perhaps go for a record for longest stream ever. Imagine. I'll probably have to take plenty of breaks in between, yeah. I'm a fellow Gunnar too, but who's your favourite past and current player? Great questions here, honestly. We're going to go on all day by the looks of it. My favourite current player... Oh my god, these are great questions. Okay, so past player is either Bergkamp or Henry. I love Pires as well and Vieira, but it has to be Bergkamp or Henry. Current player... I love Ramsdale, but I don't know if he's my favourite player yet. I don't know. I love Tierney's kind of no-nonsense. I love Partey's play style. He's now finally showing us his best form, and he's a big part. I like Smith Rowe and Saka, of course. Odegaard is looking really good. If I had to pick one... okay, I don't know if I should say... No. God, that's a great question. I like a lot of them. That's basically it. But if I had to pick... I'd go for Partey, basically. I know it sounds... And don't give me this Thomas Partey, zoom. No, don't give me that. I don't. The amount of times, as soon as he got sent off against Liverpool, I went to the game. I go home, I open up my Snapchat. Thomas Partey, just pissed off, man. Honestly. Free Guy's a great new movie. Yeah. There's also, Don't Look Up? I think, yeah, that's another recent movie that was decent. Watch along, says Sam. Oh, God. Lots of love to you, Dylan from India. Thank you very much. And yeah, as stated previously by other viewers, so many people watching from India. It's much appreciated. Have you watched The King on Netflix? I haven't. I think Robert Pattinson's in it. Yeah, there's so much to watch, isn't there? Yeah. Let's see, what else do we have? Thank you very much, Jan. You're awesome too. Thank you very much. Have a good night. As soon as the game updates, I think I'm going to hit the wildcard button. Yeah, I think if you're going to be set on wildcarding, you might as well. Do you play Wordle? I actually have recently. I don't know why I'm doing it. Game updated. Well done. Okay, so there we go. No more of this nonsense. And then, while you wait, did you know? I'm under Broya's... Yeah, who cares? Okay, so we're refreshing. So this is how my team looks like for... Wait, let me check. Actually, let me do this. So, yeah, 130 points in Gameweek 26. Yes. Okay, so there we go. That is my team. My bench is awful, by the way, but there we go. I'm not sure of Foden starting, and that's why I've done this. Maybe I should have just gone for Livramento, whatever. Here we go. That is my team right now, and I'll sort out my Gameweek 28 team at some point. Yeah, watch long the full weekend fixtures. Imagine that. No one would tune in. Like, come on. Imagine at 3 AM I'm still streaming just in the middle of the night. Oh, that wouldn't make sense. But yeah, no, I get what you mean. Good night to you as well, Sharia. It's been a pleasure. Yeah, game's updated. Yes, finally. It's been about 1 hour and 10 minutes. Thanks for the content, Dylan. Had a good stream. Good luck. Yep, you too, Sudindra. It's been a great time as well. My favourite Arsenal player, Henry. I support Liverpool. Yeah, no, and also, in my opinion, he's the best Premier League player ever. It's going to take some doing to... The only player right now that could surpass him or get close is Salah, but I think Henry is the best. Do you think Saka goes to Liverpool? I mean, to be honest, with Arsenal, you never know. A bit of a selling club since moving to the Emirates. I wouldn't be surprised, but I hope not. I hope not. Partey really stepped up this season. Yeah, ever since he gave that interview against United where he basically said, I've been a 4 out of 10, he's been really good. So I know how good he is. I went to the game against Atletico in the Europa League where he played as a right back. So basically, if Salako got sent off, Partey got shifted to right back, and he was man of the match. Him and Oblak pretty much were the reason why Atletico went through. So I've been a big fan since. Forson Diaz as a footballer, yeah, he's a good player. He's one of the best. So outside Argentina, Brazil, he's probably the best player out of the rest of the nations in South America right now. Yeah, I probably would say so. He was top 3, top 5 players in Copa America. He caused Argentina all sorts of problems, scored a great goal. I think he'll do well at Liverpool. He's already, assimilated quite quickly. So yeah, I'll be getting Salah back. I think we all will, yeah. Good luck with today's Wordle, not the easiest. Okay, I'll imagine doing that as a watch-along. Do a watch-along for Wordle, do a watch-along for... Okay, I probably shouldn't have said that. How did your UCL fantasy go? It went alright. I think I got 77 points, 80 points. I got a small red arrow to a 1.8k, but still quite happy with my team. I had me at Gameweek 26. Did you have him on your bench? Because he got like 21 points. So if you started him, then yeah. Messi. I'm sorry, but it's just my opinion. For me, it's an easy one. It's Messi. Both great. I'd go for Leo. Let's make a wildcard draft right now. I'll probably just leave that for the videos. There's going to be plenty of videos and streams later on. What about Aguero? I think he's one of the best Premier League players of all time, best strikers, but Henry was more complete, so I'd go for him. I'm not really biased because, I've got allegiances to Argentina and Arsenal. I'd go for Henry, though. Saka wouldn't get into the team. On a wildcard, fair enough. Oh, and Liverpool. No, he wouldn't. But you could even play him as a central midfielder, I think, and he'd do well, or even as a backup fullback. Best goalkeeper now. Normally I'd say Oblak, but he hasn't really been that good. Honestly, it's kind of like we're talking about Alisson, Donnarumma, Mendy. I think Martinez is up there. People would disagree. I don't know. It's tough. I don't know. It's quite tough. Maybe Donnarumma. It's really tough. You'd probably be surprised, Dylan, says Galactic Hobbit. Yeah, probably would be. Diaz settled quite quickly. No, but I think his play style just perfectly suits Klopp and Liverpool, yeah. Considering the language barrier, yeah, that's true. But then I'm trying to think. Maybe players like Fabinho could, because Portuguese and Spanish is a bit interchangeable. Is there anyone else? Yeah, Thiago would be a big influence as well. Who else? Is there any other Spanish speakers? I don't think so. Why Messi? Because he's a better dribbler, better passer, better goal scorer as well. Just saying. Better prime. And yeah, he's just the best player for me. Best player of all time. You can get another FPL YouTuber to do the night shifts. Nah, that'll be a bit disrespectful to be fair, but yeah. I'm ranked 274 in all of England. Wow. And UCL, 8.4k overall. Yeah, no, that's definitely not too shabby. That's good. And you could even get into the top 1k. I think I was a similar position to you last season and I ended up finishing 3k, 2k. And it would have been better if I didn't do so poorly in the final. Yeah, De Gea too. De Gea's been one of the best goalkeepers this season, but I don't think he's the best goalkeeper in the world. Not right now. In 2018, he probably was at one point. I don't think he is right now, personally. My mum said Martinez. No, I'm not that biased, mate. Martinez is actually a good goalkeeper. He has Aston Villa defenders in front of him. Of course he's not going to do that well. And even last season, 16 clean sheets. Come on, show a bit of respect. Pep Linders speaks Portuguese and Spanish. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good shout as well. Didn't know that. So yeah, even just the other Brazilian players and stuff, yeah. Thibaut? Yeah, no, actually, yeah, right now, maybe Courtois. Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah. Game changer to the season. Real Madrid defense been a bit shaky. That's a good shout. Yeah, I'd probably say him then, right now. But Alisson, Donnarumma, Martinez, don't shoot the messenger, to my opinion. Yeah, Edison's also a bit underrated by some people. If you were to invest in a free FPL chip, what would it be like? Oh, invent. Maybe, I've seen some ideas before about like having 2 captains, so your vice captain's also your captain, and also there's the question of limitless, so taking it from UCL Fantasy. It's basically like a free hit, but you have no budget restrictions. So right now, I would probably go for De Bruyne and Sterling. Also, just like a chip that allows you to get more than 3 players from a single team. You know, that'd be pretty good. Yeah, something like that. Ederson, yeah, he's decent. Dylan, you can't seriously say that Messi had a better prime than Ronaldo. Well, yes. I mean, he scored 91 goals in a year, mate. But obviously, there's no point getting into it. You're not going to agree with me, so we'll have different opinions. Do you think CDMs are disrespected? Yes. In UCL Fantasy, they give him much more respect. The same goes for centre-backs with ball recoveries, yeah. Yeah, that's a shout, yeah. I'd think about it, yeah. Obviously, there's so many FPL content creators and stuff right now. And UCL Fantasy is a bit more unique. But yeah, FPL, that's something to think about as well. Yeah. UCL Fantasy Free is much better, definitely. It's much better. And ball recoveries, that's what I like about it. There's some things about UCL Fantasy that are much better than FPL and vice versa. But thank you to everyone for tuning in. If you haven't already, you know the drill. Smash the like button and subscribe for new. This has been a very long stream. It's almost game time. Southampton against Norwich. And if you haven't noticed, Livramento is starting, so do not worry about that. Broya as well. Pretty much all the players we had in the Southampton team. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, DylanRCM. We're oh my god, Jesus. This is how you know it's been a long day. We're almost at 1,000 followers for both of those platforms, so it'd be much appreciated. Thank you to Denim for becoming a member today. It's much appreciated. Thank you to Federico Caliso for being a Patreon. You can also sign up to that. The membership perks are the same. You can check the description below. You can get early access to new videos and all of that good stuff. And there could also be, if you're a member or a Patreon, a Discord server exclusively for members where we could do voice chats and stuff like that. So thank you very much. Good luck for Gameweek 27. Let's wait and see what happens. It should be very interesting. Enjoy the football as always. And I'll see you next time.